Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Man, I was having so much trouble with my my audio interface before stream. It just like wouldn't turn on, and then suddenly it just turned on. I have no idea. I said to unplug and replug it. So weird. Literally the simplest thing, but I just didn't do it. We should really stop meeting like this. What's up, somebody else? It's Zoom time. I'm genuinely curious to see how this keyboard's gonna be. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. It's the board with the 74 different mounting styles. It has something like 4 million combinations of things, including like weight, you know, and all that other stuff too. So it's interesting. I forget how many colors there are exactly, but it's a crazy
amount. Happy Father's Day for everyone who has spawned another being. For those who haven't, happy Sunday.
Yes, it is Father's Day today. Thank you, Megan, for the 100 bits. Happy Father's Day for everyone. Like Megan said, really appreciate everyone for being here. If you guys haven't called, if you know a parent that you want to wish, now's the time. But thanks for being here, everybody. Always appreciate it. Seriously do. Just having a cat count. I mean, probably. I mean, I think. I don't know, actually. I really don't know. I'm not the right person to ask about that. Any affordable 65% recommendations? Affordable 65s right now. I think the one that comes to mind the most is a Tofu 65 or the Envoy. Where is a disaster? God damn. Been a while. Stoked to catch a stream. Sup, dude? How you doing, Jabal? Has been a little while. I will sell you my Envoy for 160. That's very specific. But I think those are two of the ones that I would probably point out as something that I feel is like in the affordable range. Another one is the Lumen Key. The Lumen Key 65 is also a pretty good one too. So the Neo 65 is still in stock. It's been the better part of a month since I last tuned in. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've seen you too, MP. How are things? Dude, I updated the keyboard command today with this. I don't know why I didn't save. Oh well, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. I think my other command saved though, didn't it? Let me see. Yeah, this one here saved. I'm not too sure. These are Retrozuian. It's the Retrozuian set, which I think is quite lovely. Although my camera's not focused properly, but I'll just change that later. Retrozuian. Hey Alex, what's your thoughts on the 910 GAF? I've been looking on the secondary market for one and have been debating it. Okay, honest opinion, when it comes to those types of boards, you have to like the way it looks. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I don't like the way the 910 GAF sound, or just the 910s sound. I think they sound okay. But I really think the big appeal in that is, do you want to be part of, you know, it's kind of like a little hype circle kind of thing, not in a bad way, but like I feel like there are people who really appreciate those and it's kind of its own kind of club. And then, do you like the way it looks? Ultimately, I think it's a very personal decision at the end of the day. I don't think that like you're gonna have I don't think the 910 is gonna be, you know, your one and done keyboard. If you're really into the hobby, you're probably obviously gonna want more.
30 months, wow, 30 is a very large number. Wow, wouldn't you agree, Alex? I think that's the same amount of centimeters worth of you I want inside of me.
Evo gets a timeout. That's crazy. Evo gets a timeout today. That is absolutely wild. Later, Evo. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. Let me tell you something right now. There's a sus level, and then there's just being fucking creepy. Don't do that. Don't do what Evo just did. Don't take it to like the weird parts, okay? Don't do that shit. Come on, man. It's only been 5 minutes. Love the way it looks, but yeah, it makes sense. I usually mull it over for a long time. Dude, I have to admit, I feel like you have to really like the way those particular boards look. If you don't like the GAF stuff, then, I mean, bro broke the sus barrier at the Sound of Speed. Yeah, just like, you have to understand, it's like, you can't just do that. I appreciate it, the Evo, for the subscription, but come on, man. We're off to a great start. Yeah. Do streamers have to be able to tolerate sexual comments? Well, unfortunately, it doesn't stop people from being mean and stuff like that, so sorta. Evo gone? Yeah. Evo took a page out of the Adam playbook today. Just another evidence that Avo is secretly Adam? Yep, pretty much. But yeah, how was your Sunday? How was your Saturday, rather, guys? Honestly, yesterday flew by. I was outside all day yesterday. I got some sun. I made sure to wear sunscreen because everyone keeps telling me that. But it kind of flew by. I have a bit of a headache today. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to do the board today. I've been looking forward to this board. I was kind of sad when it got delayed a few days, so good watching football, your stream, and getting ready for a new week. Honestly, Vader, I feel you there. Adam, I have to tolerate nothing. I'm gonna be a little bit more intolerant with that kind of stuff. So don't do it, guys. I'm being so dead serious. Don't be weird, or else I'm just gonna kick you guys out of stream. Because you guys are gonna piss me the fuck off, and I don't want to deal with that today. My Saturday has been super productive. Bought new beddings, comforter, and towels. Dude, you know what feels the best? Fresh sheets day. Fresh sheets is great. You know what? Also, I have a question. I've been trying to look it up, and I don't want to risk it. I have a memory foam pillow, and I don't know if I want to try washing it. I've heard the memory foam pillows like get destroyed, but I don't know if I want to risk it. They're goated. Well, I want to wash it because I've had it for a while. Can you dry clean them? Like we've wiped them down and stuff. Like they're not dirty by any means, but like, you know, like the insides. You ever tried memory foam? These bamboo pillows are okay. I think mine, I have to admit, I didn't know this about mine, and I kind of feel stupid. So my memory foam pillow has like this side, which is, I don't know, it has like a different texture, and on the bottom it's more flat. Well, when it gets really hot some days, you know when you flip over your pillow? I didn't realize that like the pillow has a way it's supposed to be. So I've been flipping it, and on certain days where it's like not as comfy, I realize afterwards, I'm like, dude, this is like the wrong side of the pillow. And I've just recently learned that. So I didn't know. First time catching stream, love your VODs. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate that, dude. I really hope you'll enjoy the live stream as well. It's like kind of a shaped one. It's like a half circle. I don't know. It's okay. We only got them because they were super cheap. I think I do sort of prefer a regular pillow. What's a good Italian dish? I feel like, okay, if you're going to go for Italian food, I do feel like there's the standard Italian foods you can go for. But I'm a big believer in that there's so many different variations of Italian food, especially regional stuff, that it's kind of hard to land on just one. And honestly, half the stuff I grew up with, like, I don't even know what the hell it's called, you know? Pasta's good. I feel like pasta's expensive for what it is when you go out to a restaurant, though. If I'm being real with you guys, I don't think I've ever felt the need or ordered pasta at a restaurant. Like, there's no way I'm spending like $20 on a plate of pasta. Are you going to try all the mounts? I'm going to try all the mounts today. We'll see. There's 7 mounts for this. Actually, we probably should start soon then. You're not wrong about pasta? Yeah. I'm out right now, but just wanted to stop in and say Happy Father's Day to the dads in chat. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Chuck, thank you so much for the tier 1, dude.
Hello, Alex. Very excited to see the improvements on this board.
We can
Zoom
go over the
boards
spec sheet
always
too.
have fun colors.
I like Zoom boards because they do have fun colors. This one here has a fun, they're calling it a tail light accent as well. Let's see. They've also kind of caught up with some of the quality of life stuff, like the catchball system, the magnetic connectors. So we have a bunch of that stuff. They've included 7 mounting styles with this. My usual feeling with mounting styles, like when you have so many, is I wonder which are the ones that they put a lot of effort in and which are the ones that were just kind of afterthoughts. Now, I want everyone to be fully aware this is a sponsored stream today. Obviously, I'm going to be just as critical as I am with everything else. It's not going to affect my opinion at all. They're letting me keep score, so we have to say it's a sponsored stream. I'll probably end up giving it away. Eloquan, thank you so much for the tier 1. What's up, dude? What's up, man? Elquan, don't argue with, or sorry, Adam, don't argue with poor Elquan. Unasi, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it, dude. Hey, Alex, I can finally watch your stream at 1 a.m. Monday. Hope you're having a good Sunday so far. It's going good so far. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I had like a weird morning. I also woke up really late today because I think I got too much sun yesterday because I was just spending some time outside. I just really needed some fresh air yesterday. And I think I got a little too much sun, so I kind of have a headache, but it's slowly going away. I don't know. I kept hydrating and everything, so I don't know. Just got my Mode 65 in today. Very excited to build it. What switches were you putting that against on? But yeah, we have 7 mounting styles. So here are the 7 mounting styles in order for you guys. It's a short arm spring, which is basically kind of like a little leaf spring type of thing. Interesting to see how that one there will be. We have a non-load bearing spring. I usually don't like these, but the W70 proved me wrong. We also have a split O-ring mount, which looks like it'll actually be my favorite. We have a magnetic levitation mount, which is the most unique mounting style that I think I've seen on this board. Actually on many boards. So on your website within the keyboard and other section, the header font looks off for soap screen. Oh, I'll take a look at that, Ken. I updated some of my website recently, like the plugins and stuff. So maybe something happened there. Thank you, though. I appreciate that, Ken. How do magnets work? Oh God, not this conversation again, dude. I don't know. Polarities or something. Silica gel particle mounting, which apparently is really good for this board.
You're my whole Sunday vibe.
Thank you, dude. Thank you, TPK. I appreciate it, man. The original top mounting system has been, well, so yeah, they're doing a basic top mount here. And then we're doing floating pogo pin, which I didn't like last time I did it. I think it was on a QK board. I mean, there's something for everyone here. Obviously, I really doubt there's going to be a single person who likes all 7 of these mounting styles. Let's be realistic. But there's a lot of stuff. There's also different things you can add to the board, being an additional key, a knob, a magnetic badge, another type of badge, a different type of badge, and then an LCD screen. We'll probably leave the LCD screen on today. And there's some different back plates. The back plates, I think, is where they kind of killed it with this board. They have your standard, which looks good. And then they also have that really nice finishing on the back plate too, which I think they did an excellent job with. So, and then they also have an Hall effect module. I don't know if I was sent one with a Hall effect PCB or anything like that, but I guess we'll see. Now, here's the thing, right? They did send me a 1.2 mil PCB. They did just receive a 1.6 mil PCB on their end. I will unfortunately not be able to test the 1.2 mil PCB, which I think is what the majority of what we like here is. So we'll take a look. They did send a sound test over for 1.6, so I can link that to you guys later on. But we'll see what we can do. It is flex cuts. I'm probably going to use a little bit of foam for this. We'll see what we do for this board today. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff for this board, and it's a decent starting price of about 180, I believe. I don't know what the top configuration goes for. Let me see if I can actually spec that out for you guys. Although I don't know if the full website works, like completely works right now. Well, we'll just leave it as it starts at 180. Saw your video on the Mode X mod musings. That board looks super awesome. Been watching your VODs since. Hope you can chat have a happy Sunday. Thank you, Nessie. I appreciate that, dude. Not the meme cuts? We'll see. So let's open the box. But yeah, yesterday, man, this morning, my head was just killing me. We have the knob module, dots module, telescope module, key module, and badge module. We're going to put these all to the side as I don't think I'm going to be using them for today's build. And then we have all the different mounting styles and stuff inside the bag over here. And then the actual keyboard. Now I did inspect the keyboard already, so I did remove the plastic film on it. Zoom boards tend to lean for foam anyways. Yeah, I don't think it's a huge deal that we'll do it with foam today. So I'm not too concerned. Here's some of those stabilizers everyone's been kind of raving about. The new stabs from Wuche. I believe these are called stupid stabs or something like that. Alex, I know you're not a fan of Gatoron inks, but do you know any way to make them less quiet? Would I be able to stem swap them to a long pull stem and keep the feel? I've never actually done any modding with Gatoron inks, but I have not. I can't really tell you anything about that. Yeah, I'm not too sure, Adam. One thing I really like about Zoom boards is the packaging is hella nice. Dude, they do a good job with the packaging. I have to admit. Actually, I think this is, believe it or not, this might be my least favorite one for packaging just because I like the art on the other ones, but they do a good job. There's a lot inside the box here. So we got foam. We have our plates. Let's take it out. And a PCB. So it looks like they give us aluminum and polycarbonate. Cable, which we're not going to use. And then we have the keyboard. The waifu boxes, yeah. Oh, guys, I need to catch up on the last episode of Kaiju. And then I did start 89 yesterday, or whatever it's called. Really good so far. But I have too many animes I've started and not finished. Or 86, that's the one it was called. I did start it. I have too many animes, so I liked it. That's on my next to watch list. I want to finish Delicious in the Dungeon first. Weeb Talk, yeah. I've been kind of getting back into it though, Wingy. I'm not gonna lie, man. I took a long break from anime stuff, and now I'm getting back into it, and I'm like, bro, this is kind of nice. So yeah, I started it, but dude, I have 4 or 5 animes I'm watching right now, but I don't want to do too many. It was really good, Beldawink. I was hooked. I wanted to watch more, and then I really paused, and I thought, I'm like, dude, I'm not even done Delicious in the Dungeon yet. So, me too, months off, and now there's so much to watch. Yeah, it's crazy how many things there are to watch. So here is the board. This has the chamfers that are polished on the inside, which, oh, it's just dirty a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan of this on this particular board. I think because it kind of feels distracting from where the module is. I would personally opt to not have the polished internal chamfers, but everyone's a little different, I guess. I love the color though, the cream color. I mean, Wuche always has great colors. Here's the side profile with the accent, the taillight accent. It does have like a car kind of feel to it, which is nice. Okay, it's not too bad. I think this is what really steals the attention from that though. They did an excellent job with providing some very fun customization for this. And this is really where I think this sets it apart from some of its competitors. Is you can really customize this thing. Like I said, I think someone did the math and it's like 4 million different combinations of
Good
parts you can pick
afternoon,
for
Alex.
this, so.
Hope your day is going well, buddy.
Thank
Looks
you,
like
dude.
I'm a little late because my notifications were delayed.
Oh, don't even stress, bro. I just appreciate you being here, man. Seriously. Also, that's a nice ass. Yeah, I mean, it kind of also has like a little... I don't know if you guys can tell. I don't know if I can get the camera to work like that. It has like a little lip where the USB-C is too, so it kind of hides what might be some of the cable there too. It's cool looking. I really like what they did here. There's different badges you can pick for the bottom too. I like the little cut in the center here too to kind of break it up. They did a really good job here. It's a uniform bezels as well, so it's not like we have a little bit more of like a delicate shape going on for this. It's pretty standard, I'd say. Again, visually, the only thing I don't think I absolutely love is the chamfers, but you can just opt to not have that. I think it's just because I feel like this becomes... It looks odd with the chamfers. Like, it just kind of looks like it's cut there and you put it in, it doesn't look so great. Maybe this would look better if we use the key module and not the screen module. Red and cream goes together really well. Look at nice PBT Shinbun. I haven't heard of that one there. Looks like they took inspiration from a whole bunch of keyboards. They really did, because when we open this up too, I don't know how easy this will be for me to open up at the moment, because I feel like, there we go. We have the catchball system. We have the magnetic connectors. So they did take a lot of inspiration from a whole hell of a lot of people. I think maybe my only gripe with this will be, Oh, I see how they did the LEDs. Interesting. The LEDs are kind of just, what, tacked onto the back over here? Oop. Tacked on with some tape or something? I think there's just a lot of cables for this, and I think maybe this will be a little bit tough to assemble. But maybe I could be wrong. Because for me, it sort of feels like you do this. You got this cool connector over here. All right, so you eliminate maybe the need for that. But now suddenly I still have to connect a whole bunch of stuff. So it seems, again, like a little bit of an afterthought. But I do appreciate them kind of, again, adding all this quality of life to the board. You know? Convenience in some areas. It's a really great start. And I think front height's a little taller on this. If memory serves, I believe this is about 21 to 22 millimeter. Let's double check, shall we? The V1 was actually kind of tough for me to assemble. Yeah, 22 mil. Whopper. Dude, not gonna lie, I've been craving Burger King for like a month and a half. But the one time I tried to order Burger King, which was like, what, a month or two ago? No, don't do it. Avo, I BK so ass. Dude, I have a soft spot for Burger King, okay? I really do. Q, thank you so much for the raid, dude. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the 10 people here. Dude, I'm so honored that you trust me with your audience, bro. What'd you guys do today? My name's Alex, by the way. I build keyboards. We're just taking a look at the V3 for Zoom65 over here. Burger King is so underrated. It's not that Burger King...
How does the weight feel? I find that some companies use the thinnest piece for bottom weight.
It's not light by any stretch of the imagination, Wingy. I can get a scale after we're done building it, but I would say this is still light, but it's not as light as something like you'd expect. Like, it does have a little bit of heft to it. So it's not terrible, but I know what you mean exactly by sometimes they use the thinnest pieces of stuff. No, I grew up with Burger King, okay? Burger King was... I know a lot of people probably had, like, what? I think McDonald's might have been really popular for a lot of people, but we had Burger King because it was the closest thing to our house. And it's just so good, dude. Chilled on Minecraft all stream, so sent some folks over to watch. I personally find this pretty entertaining and relaxing, so hoping it would achieve the same for everyone else. I really appreciate that, dude. Man, Minecraft's one of those games I get really into. And then Minecraft's also one of those games where I get too into, and then I have to stop. Bring back the chicken Whopper. They had a chicken Whopper? There's just something about the taste. It just brings back a lot of memories. And here's our PCB. So again, they have options for PCBs. Okay? They do. I don't want to rush to a conclusion with this one here. You know, they did send over a video, which I actually have not yet watched, so maybe we'll watch it together towards the end of stream. But I think the 1.6 in this, for me, will definitely be more of my preference. But this is the 1.2 with flex cuts. So we'll see how this all sounds. Survived on chicken Whoppers? I had no idea they even made those. No idea. Pretzel buns? We've been doing chicken burgers at home. And please don't make fun of me when I say this. I just recently discovered how good brioche buns are. And we've been pairing them with the burgers. And one time I even did hot dogs. And oh my God, dude, it is like a whole new world for me. Wait till I try a pretzel bun. I'll see if they have those at the store. Dude, they're so good. I have to admit, the brioche bun really changes the way everything tastes. So, I am over the foamy sound signatures. I think when you really look into it, we'll kind of take a side note here from talking about food and the board today, but I think like an actual serious conversation when it comes to foam versus no foam, I think a lot of people do like foam, and there's nothing wrong with foam. But I think foamy sound signatures are actually very easy to achieve. Because realistically, it's just really just using foam and PE film. I don't think it's very difficult to achieve them. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. Absolutely nothing. Q, hope you have a great stream, Alex. I'm going to take a nap. Take care, dude. Have a good nap and have great dreams. I just think that foamy sound signatures are just really easy to achieve. And I think because they're a little bit more, they're user-friendly. You can really achieve them with any board. I think the real measure of your board is, can it sound good with and without foam? So I also think that it does become a little bit fatiguing to listen to those kind of sound signatures as well, because they are a little bit deeper. And I do find with me, deeper sound signatures make me feel tired almost. Like when I listen to something more bassy, for example, it kind of drains my energy. So for me, it's just not my thing. Everyone's different though, but I totally understand the sentiment of like foamy sound signatures. I just think they can be achieved with almost every single board. I saw a reel the other day about a guy ranting about how brioche buns are ruining burgers. What? But I thought, what a strange hill to die on. What? How are they ruining burgers? I'm so curious to know this guy's logic. You sound tired today? It's not so much that I'm tired. Like, I am a little sleepy. I think it's just because I had like a smidge of a headache. So for you, high pitch irritates you? Totally understand that. That's why we're all different, right? And that's the beautiful thing about building keyboards. I also have allergies right now, so my nose is really plugged up. So I can't even... Yeah, only this nose can... Yeah, whatever. Anyways. Hopefully I don't suffer too much from this, but... A headache can make your whole day feel off? Yeah. Oh! Small thing. I did reach out to Valdo yesterday. Because everyone's talking about it, and I was like, you know what? I think I can reach out to Valdo. I think maybe... Let me say something to them, and they responded back pretty quickly, I'd say. They appreciate it, because I just said, I hope things are going well, like, you know... Just, let me know what's happening with you guys. I'd love to know, type thing. They said thanks for checking in, basically, and they completely understand some of the issues that have been going on, or perceived issues. They're working on getting all that stuff sorted. I mentioned to them, hey, I really think people are just itching for communication. They haven't responded to that because I literally sent that, an hour ago? So I sent that to them. We'll see. I just thought I'd tell you guys. Why can't we all just love a good burger? Yeah. Dude, I've been actually trying new things with my burgers too. So, like, I've been trying things I normally probably wouldn't have had in the past. They posted yesterday in the Discord too. That would make sense, because I think they're maybe realizing now, which they haven't never been really good at updates. Yep, and I think that's, for me, like... If I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I'm not going to get into drama or hearsay or any sort of like, but they didn't do this with this designer. I have no idea. And the truth is, I don't know the truth. For the time being, though, I think I'm going to be a little bit more stricter than I already am with my vendor list. If I'm seeing that vendors are not communicating problems and issues, and this happens on... Because before I was kind of letting it slide as long as there wasn't major complaints about things being not shipped out to people. If there is no communication happening, I'm just going to remove them off a vendor list. So basically, and I'm not saying I have no ill will towards Vela at all or any of the other companies, but I also don't want to... How can I word this? I don't want to promote anything that's potentially problematic. So I'm thinking that we're going to have to eventually remove them from the list if they don't get their act together with communication. Communication is not hard. It really isn't as a business. I hate when people tell me it is hard. It's not hard. It takes 2 seconds of your day. Also, Stella, thank you so much for the rate of 13. Appreciate you. How was your stream today? My name's Alex. I build keyboards here. Thank you, thank you. Can you remove UPS off the list of shipping companies able to do business? Bro. Honestly, I feel you, dude. All right, let's start with stabs. So these are Wuche's new stabs. We've already used a variation of them because I believe they're not actually from Wuche. They're from someone else, and then I think a few companies have been picking them up. But they're interesting because they have padding, like a silicone here, And then they also have, where is it? A silicone where the wire is on the front. Right there. See where the wire would clip into? Yeah, I've already tried them once as well, and they're actually very good. So they have to be the stabilizer that you need the least amount of lube for, I found. They're kind of already modded, they just need a little bit of lubricant, I find, just to kind of get them 100% of the way there. Do you believe having beware of this vendor section on your page can be an option? No, I am a firm believer, and I'll die on this hill, I don't care, that negative promotion is still promotion. So I will not have a link to a company that I even think is problematic, because I think someone might click it and someone could say, they don't know what they're talking about, and then buy something anyways. So it's just not my thing. Like I don't like doing that kind of stuff. I think there's a lot of stabs here, and how many do we need? We're gonna use, because layout wise on this, how options do we have? We can do split spacebar, which is cool. We can do a, looks like 6.25 U at max. Oh, I do split left, which is interesting. Why would you do split left on this board? That's confusing. For EU layout, but they don't got an ISO there. Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. For half the European people. Yeah, it doesn't make no sense why they have a split left there. Yeah, no split back either, which is, it's whatever, I guess. Interesting. So nice.
Well, 458 gifted a tier 1 sub to Oogtug.
Thank you, JN. I appreciate that, dude. Thanks for the gifted, bro. Yeah, I guess we'll just do a standard layout today, so we don't need that many stabs. Split backspace is the morally correct choice. Would you guys do split back on a 65 actually? Split black, I don't actually fault them for not having. On a 65, I typically don't do that personally, but okay, never mind. I'm wrong. I mean, it's all personal preference at the end of the day. I don't truly think a 65 is like my fave with the split, but I get it. All right. Oh gosh. Okay. Anyone have any recommendations for a full-size build? My wife's Keychron has an issue, and its only resolution might be buying a new plate, but the shipping cost is double the price. Full size. QK100 maybe? I think that might be your best bet, only because, well, it's not true. I mean, it's not considered a full-size board, but it's just like 99% of the way there, I'd say. I think that might be your best bet. Let's grab lube. The Pangea. There's also some other interesting full-size boards. I don't know if the Fossil's still available. Maybe the Fossil. It's kind of expensive though. Yeah, the Wind X98 is a good choice too. I really like the Wind series. Let's grab a brush. God, dude, I just really want these allergies to go away. Some days it's really bad. Like today, I feel like it's one of those days where it's just like really bad. I hate 99% boards. Fossil's the only real full size. There is not a whole hell of a lot of full size custom keyboards, which is sad. And I urge designers to make more full size boards because, guys, I would want one too. Like I know a few people that I would want to build full size boards for because they like full size. Like I think my dad would actually be in that camp of wanting a full size board eventually as well. How hard would it be getting, how hard will it be to get the copper version of your keyboard? The Sonnet, you mean? Oh, I was thinking about this one here. I was like, is there a copper zoom? Oh, I don't know. There's only 10. I didn't do a lot on purpose, only because I feel like it was really expensive, and I didn't want to like make the whole collaboration thing just copper. I have no idea. The copper ones were mainly just for fun because I have an idea that I'm going to be doing with one or two of them. And then we just decided to make a few more. But I don't know. I don't think they'll go... I mean, this I said about the last time, but I don't think they'll go crazy fast. I mean, it is like $600 or something, but I have no idea, to be honest with you. I have absolutely none. I don't even know how many people want the collaboration units. I don't know. I'm really bad with these type of things. Didn't you tell everyone that those were canceled? Nobody should try to get them because they're definitely canceling them and not a thing. Trust me. Trust me, bro. I have all my bots set up and ready. God, dude, I still remember that argument that people were having about the bots with Darling. Jesus, that was such a dumb argument. I would get it if your Sonnet had orange top case. If it was a full orange, I was debating that, by the way, to do a full orange top case this time around, but I felt like it was just too much, and I also want just a smidge of orange. Like, I don't want like orange to be like the main focus of the thing, you know? Just a smidge, and that's why I figured the top accent was just enough of orange. God, Evo. 10 times? You do you, Evo. You know what? You do you. I want to get a board Cerakote. Have you ever done this? I have. I have a board Cerakote in my collection that I've sent out. I've only ever used Mr. Space Cables. He is, and not that this matters in the long run, but it does have some merit. Space Cables is actually the only certified Cerakote applicator in the space, which means he works alongside Cerakote. There's a lot of people who offer Cerakote, and you can still offer Cerakote without being certified. It's just there's some extra stuff you get for being certified. I like Space Cable's work. I've seen Lube's work. Lube's work is pretty good too, but I've only actually sent stuff out to Space Cables. I didn't know that. I bought a Forever, but I want to match it to my GMK Symbiote. Ooh, Forever 65 is a good board. Yeah, if you're going to get it done, I'd say go with one of the few people that people trust. I don't think there's a crap ton of people who are offering Cerakote services in the hobby right now. But as far as I've seen, they've all done pretty decent work. Again, I've only ever used Space Cables for that service, though. Mainly because he's a friend. So... Lube's Cerakote rubbed off? You mean like it faded or something, Megan? Can't wait until they restock white. Gonna send out my... I can never pronounce this. The Nyong 75 there once it is. That's the cat keyboard, right? The one with the butt on the back? Such a cute keyboard, that thing. Ah, weird. I would definitely contact them about that. Definitely gonna check out the service. Thanks to the info. I don't know if Reagan's taking applicants right now for, I guess, new things right now, but definitely hit him up. I think we've mentioned this before. Some gun shops definitely do it, but mileage may vary. Yes, I agree with Wingy here. To be honest, trust a source that has good reputation. Yes. I would personally, this is my personal preference on this, so please don't take this as like, law of the matter here. Personally, I would avoid using Firearms Specialist for Cerakote applications. They have a different, not tolerance per se, but they have a different, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I think Evo just said it correctly. Attention to detail than we have in our space. For them, because there's a lot of crevices and whatnot on a firearm, for it to be not 100% perfect is a little bit more acceptable, where I think keyboard people, it's more flat surfaces, large areas, you'd want a little bit more of a attention to detail. So something to keep in mind. I was actually going to try using one a long time ago before Mr. Space Cables even got into the scene of doing it. And I heard the same thing then, and nothing's changed. I've heard pretty bad stories when people go to firearms shops. Yeah, I agree. Meme God is correct. It's more function for them, form for us. That's a very good way of putting it, actually, Meme. Yeah, well, wait with your words. A lot of shops won't put in the attention to detail you want. Yep. Agreed. But Cerakotes are actually pretty nice. I know Reagan was showing me some new sprays that actually look a lot like Ano, which is crazy. So I'm not going to test all the configs. I will do my best to try as many as we possibly can today. They did tell me top mount is probably the most time-consuming one for whatever reason. I don't know why, actually. Time-consuming one to apply. So we're probably going to skip top mount to the very end. My stomach is going crazy today. Batsy Tech took a board to a firearms shop, and if I recall, they had a few issues here and there. Yeah, I think I remember that as well. Cycle 8 coming to you in the nearest time? No one's said anything, and I've definitely tried to follow up on that board, but I haven't gotten any. I'm not gonna lie, I have not gotten any news about it, so I'm not sure. I would hope so. I would love to take a look at that board. Oh. What is going on here? There we go. Oh, the wire is not clipping in nice. Oops. What's going on here? There is a magnetic. I don't know if it's like a top mount kind of. I don't know how a magnetic mount would even feel, but there is a magnetic style for this. Yes, you can mount this magnetically. Did I just put this in incorrectly? One sec, guys. I did. I put this in backwards. Cycle 8, I'm still not sure about though. I did a couple of boards with firearms Cerecoders. You just got to talk to them and check out their portfolio. Oh, okay. I mean, mileage may definitely vary in that case. Definitely may vary. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for dinner today. I was thinking about just making chicken burgers yet again because we have such a big pack of chicken burgers that we got on sale. Is chicken burgers and bacon good? I would assume so. All I can think about is food right now. I'm so hungry. Combine the hobbies. Could you imagine a cute pink Cerakote pistol with an MX staff for an artisan on the side? I feel like you can make that happen. Add ranch. All right. Maybe that's what I'll do tonight. Simple stay-in type thing. I was walking around yesterday and I was like, we were thinking about getting sushi for dinner. I don't mean to complain, but man, everything's getting so pricey these days. The place that we were gonna think of going to, I remember being there not super long ago, and I remember the prices being like tolerable, but now it's like it was gonna be almost like $35 a person just for like a little thing of sushi and some udon. So we're just like gonna skip on this today. Bacon's the most overrated food? Who said that? Everything's pricey here. Can't even get a burger for a good price? Yeah. I love bacon. I feel like you gotta get a good bacon, you know? No shade though. You can dislike whatever you want, but I feel like good bacon makes a big difference. It's my first stream in like 2 weeks. Hey, you know what? Leave BB alone. They can like whatever they like. But I will admit, if you get a bad bacon or just like someone doesn't cook it right, it's not good. I feel like bacon has to be done well, to be honest. I'm on that in that camp, I guess. It's fine sometimes. Went to an amazing hot pot place in Scarbs, $29.99 for all you can eat. It is pretty good, I believe. I would say that's pretty fair. Yeah, $30 for all you can eat is not terrible. I don't know about you guys. As I get a little older, I actually can't do all you can eat as much as well as I used to. So for me, the all you can eat stuff doesn't really bode too well for myself. I just feel like I'm wasting my money at that point. I don't eat as much as I used to. It's definitely not hard to do right, though. You'd be surprised, Avo. Some people really fuck up bacon. Have been to your stream. Just want to say, love your envoy. Haven't taken it off my desk. Oh, man. Since it came in, love you always, my guy. Yeetus, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate the love, dude. Thank you. That's very kind of you. God damn, bro. Thanks, guys. I appreciate all the love. Also, thanks for the subs and follows today, too, guys. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. It means the world to me. I like that these are clip-in, too. Clip-in stabs have really become my fave recently. Oh. Okay, well, I found a problem with the board already. What? How is this? Okay, I'll let them know. What do you guys see wrong here? The clip-in portion was right underneath an LED and just yoinked off the LED. I'll let them know. Why isn't an LED right there? That makes no sense. Let me just take a picture of it with my phone. 1 second, guys. Oopsie. Yeah, you really got to be careful with what you're putting underneath here. There's no way around it. That would have ripped off the LED no matter how delicate you were. And actually, the stab doesn't even open all the way now that this has gone in. And actually, if you were to do screw in on this, how would you even screw this in? I'm just going to completely rip off this LED. If it breaks the PCB, it breaks the PCB. What am I supposed to say? F for the LED. Hi, Alex. What's up, Pongs? How you doing, dude? Is anything else going to be hit with that? I don't think so. So nice.
Keep up the great content. What's your favorite keyboard ATM?
Keyboard at the moment? Dude, I've been really vibing with the Encore recently. I think another one of my faves is still the Ori. I love the Ori. Ori's so good. Oh god, are these gonna rip off too? I'm concerned about these LEDs. These ones so close to the stab holes. Right there. We'll see though. These ones here look like they'll be okay. Let me see. All right, yeah, these ones here are open all the way, so these are just in the right spot. So these are okay. It's just that one at the very top that I've had to rip off. All right. A little function over form here. I don't know if we need all those LEDs crammed at the bottom, but something to note, I guess. Like I said, I'll report back to them on that. a wobble with these. I'm assuming these are not meant for... Are these 1.2s? There is some play with these though. It's okay. Not like this will make a big difference in the sound anyways, but let's grab some foam because I do want to put foam on this. Was there not some sort of 60% that they've made at one point? I'm pretty positive there was. Ooh, this is like a thicker, a little bit more dense foam, which is interesting. I'm not opposed to that. I still wish Wuche would stop with this too. This way they package their foam on this. I don't love that they stick it in between these two plastics. It always makes taking it off. I mean, I've said this every single iteration of keyboard that they've made. The washer would probably save any shorts, but it would get all bent up by the LED. Yeah, if you were to use a screw in, it might help, but the clip-in definitely would not sit properly there. We'll use this foam for now, and then I think we'll also use... you guys want aluminum or polycarbonate for a plate today? I have a feeling polycarb is probably the safer choice to go with today. But, because we have 7 mounting styles we need to try. I will leave it up to you guys. Aluminum will reveal the true sound of the board. Here, we'll do a poll. We shall do a poll. Plates. Aluminum, PC. Okay. Poll is up. PCB gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't think it's the weakest part of the board, but I really think this needs to be rethought. Like, I think the PCB is not quite 100% of the way there. I love this though. This looks great. They've really nailed the aesthetic of the board though. Like I said, the only thing I don't love personally, but it's an option, you can just choose to not buy it, is the internal chamfers being polished. I don't really love that, but they've nailed the aesthetic of the board for sure. Yeah, I don't, and this is kind of where I'm again, I don't mean to bash on people who like hot swap. I love hot swap too. Hot swap's great. But this is one of the pitfalls of just having a hot swap boards, is you don't always get all the options. And it's why I still think with a lot of boards, I understand not a lot of people buy them. I get it. I get the demographics not there. I would still love to have an option for some sort of solderable PCB. And now we have seen it in the past. Companies can opt just to give a solderable PCB with Mil-Max sockets. Obviously not feasible completely all the way. But I still would love to see a solderable PCB. I really hope that as this hobby goes, deeper and deeper and deeper into the future, or further into the future rather, we don't lose solderable PCBs. I just Mil-Maxed 2 of my PCBs this week, and I absolutely love the results. Yeah, I think Mil-Maxing is a great way to go. Although you do have to pick a layout with Mil-Maxing. It's not like you can have all the layouts. I know it adds cost, but these boards cost a lot already. Oh, pre-Mil-Maxed? Okay, so there is one issue with pre-Mil-Maxed. Looks like we're doing aluminum. The one issue with pre-Mil-Maxing boards is, for example, if you did want to offer a split backspace, you can't. Because the Mil-Max sockets will actually, even if it's a little bit, they kind of raise up the stabilizers a bit, which could ruin your stabs. So you still have to pick a layout with Mil-Maxing. It's not like they can... you can choose everything. They did do it for the Baldur 65. But again, it's not as diverse as you might think. I think it's a better solution in the long run for people who know what they want. But I still prefer solder. Just force split backspace, easy. Easy peasy. Oh, we're doing aluminum, not PC. Oh, I thought this was aluminum. My mistake, guys. Carbon fiber. Is that still... Can we still do carbon fiber? It looked like aluminum in the packaging, kind of felt like it. I should have opened it up. Yeah, let's do carbon fiber. Do it? Yes. Cancel the build? Oh my gosh. convinced me to buy a Corsa. Or wait, you have been convinced. Wait, why? Is it because the LCD screen? Even better? Yeah, I actually think this is a better choice, to be honest, than aluminum. Definitely a better choice. All right, now we're not going to screw in the plate to the PCB. I'm just not really into that personally, but let's start adding our switches. Actually, this is a really cool look. Carbon fiber plate with these orange stab stems looks pretty darn cool, if you ask me. Very, very cool. All right, today we're going to be trying a different switch. These just came in this special box. By the way, I don't know what this box is actually meant for, but this is what one of the nicest cases I've ever gotten with with switches. These are the caramel puddings from HMX. So these are supposed to be a slight bit deeper because of the materials they use. Love the container. Why use plate foam on this board? It's a 1.2 flex cut PCB, and it's, I mean, like, I can say without a doubt and be very confident in my statement here where this is going to sound a bit thinner. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but to give it the, I guess, to build it to what I like, and I think that's important for how I go about looking at boards. I'm going to build it with the foam because I feel like I don't mind foamy sound signatures, and if the board has some good acoustics in it, it should sound really good with this. All right. Is this supposed to be like a snack container? Because they have this, like, I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's supposed to be removed or something. Is this some sort of snack container? It's like a food container, right? Something like that. I don't know. It's kind of nice. Oh my God, Frank. Frank, no sussiness today, man. No sussiness, please. I don't feel like it today. Hi, Frank. How you doing, by the way? I didn't ban you, Avo. You're still here. How does that make sense? It's Daddy. Oh, yeah, Frank. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Frank. I'm permanently banned. It's restoring caramel pudding? Wait, actually? There's like a specific container for caramel pudding? I don't know how serious we're being right now. You know, I don't think I've ever had caramel pudding, by the way. I'm not really a pudding guy. It's Sussy Sunday? Oh my gosh. Can't catch a break with the sussiness. Every day there's a reason to be sussy. Who's your daddy and what does he do? Little Arnold Schwarzenegger line. They come in a cute little container. I can show you later if you want. Like caramel pudding? Oh, I had no idea. I learned something new today. How about putting these nuts in your mouth? Damn, Banana. But Banana really got us with the D's nuts joke. I thought you said you were not being sussy today. I'm trying. I don't want to be sussy today, but actually, to be fair, I did say there's a line and don't cross it. So that's like what I actually said. Wait, what is this switch container? This came with these switches. I got these from Unikeys. This is the caramel pudding switches, and it came with this really cool container. You can opt to not buy it if you don't want it. So, I don't know. I kind of like this container. I feel like these would stack really well too, and I think these are kind of nice. Can I just buy it without the switches? I think someone in chat just said these are caramel pudding containers. I don't know, actually. It'd be really cool to have these as actual switch containers. I would pay extra just for the container. Well, we can let Unikeys know. They're actually kind of nice. It's fancy packaging for caramel pudding. There you guys go. I didn't even know that till literally today, so that's a really cool tidbit of information. Ooh, my eyes. Does warm weather influence the lube on your stabs? I feel like my stabs rattle again after 2 months. What stabs are you using, and then what are you using to lube it? HMX always has options for premium packaging, and like Alex said, you can opt out to save a few bucks. Yeah, I appreciate that they do that, by the way, because if they forced you to buy premium packaging and made you spend money on it, I think that would be kind of overall shitty, but I like the fact that you don't have to do that. We can build this in plateless config, I believe, too, right? But obviously not with this particular PCB. I feel like you could do a plateless config if you really want it. But again, I don't think they're offering solderable, so I don't know how viable that would actually be. Any EC keyboard builds coming up? Not really. I've had a few private ones that I've done, but nothing stream worthy, I guess. TX stabs with 205G0. They were perfect, but since it's getting warmer, it's starting to rattle. Odd. That's very odd. And you're finding when you put more lube in, the rattling goes away? Man, I actually have some ideas for you, but I want to know that one piece of information before I yap your ear off. Yeah, I was about to. I agree with Manic here. It might just be a correlation rather than a causation. So what could be happening? I'll just kind of jump to what I was going to say. What could be happening is the lube is settling, and what I've noticed with, I had to clean them off, re-lube them. 205 was a bit thinner than usual. Have you actually taken them off the PCB? Because what I've noticed, and a lot of people might suffer from this too after a month or two of the lube settling, is the lube pools underneath the stem. And when it pools underneath the stem, it actually creates like a suction. And it sounds like rattling, but it's not actually rattling. It's just a suction. If you are noticing that happening, it could just be the 205 you purchased just isn't like legit or something. Not saying it is. All right, so you took them off already. Could also just be pooling that's happening really quickly. Are you noticing big pooling underneath the stems of the stab? Another cause of that another solution to fixing that would be a very, very, very thin layer. I almost like stopped. I mean, I did just now. That is, Alex knows a lot about suction. Okay there, buddy. A thin layer of BDZ. They're still smooth, but just thinner, it seems. I would maybe just try BDZ in that case. Maybe you just jump to that. There's nothing wrong with BDZ on TX stabs. You just have to be very thin with it, you know? Where do you buy HMX switches in Europe, guys, besides Candy Keys? Oh. Any EU folk here know where HMX switches are purchasable besides Candy Keys? Maybe we can convince Oblotsky to... Actually, I feel like Oblo's already probably up to his ears with stuff, but I think they mean more like places based out of the EU rather than buying and importing. What's this? Monaco keys. Oh wow, I should add these to the vendor list. And they're good. Have you bought them? They're based in Munich, Germany. Oh, they have a shit ton of HMX stuff. Okay, cool. Very cool. Monaco keys is awesome. All right, good to know. I will add them to the list. Have I used a Tofu FA? Yes. I don't really remember if I liked it or not. Do you have any experience with cherry switches lubed by Unikeys? I do. So I have 2 sets that they have lubed. Sorry, I have to turn off the music to think today, guys. More than usual. I did feel like they were a little thinner than I would lube switches myself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with how they lubed it. It's just not what I like. I think lubing switches can be very personal as well. So I like to go just a slight bit heavier, like the slightest bit more on my switches than they do. But I think for the majority of people ordering from them, you probably really like their lube services. But again, it depends on the person. I feel like it's very personal, and that's why I usually say just lube the switches yourself. But if you want to go for their switches, it's still good, just thinner than I'd usually put. You lube all stabs, just a thinner coat on stabies. Tolerances are tighter. Yeah. I would just go with a thin coat of 205 on stabies, because they're an extremely tight tolerance. I ordered their Hyperglades before. It was very, very light coat. Yeah, it's a very light coat. Do you have any recommendations for switches that are a lot different from Obscuras? Also, thanks for the follows, guys. I really appreciate the follows and the subs. Scruffs, thanks from earlier. JN, thanks from earlier. Thank you, guys. Different from Obscuras.
God damn, dude.
JQ, thanks, man. I appreciate the 5 tier 1s. God damn, dude. I mean, there's a lot of different switches from Obscuras. I think even going with something like maybe HMX Macchiatos are good if you don't want to lube stuff yourself. Milky Yellows are very different, and I love Milky Yellow switches. A lot of Gatoron's new EF line is very deep in comparison to their usual switches, so you could even go with that. Thank you, JQ. I seriously appreciate it, by the way, man. I hope things are going super well. Nixies are a lot different than Obscuras. I would say both Obscuras and Cream Sodas both share like a deeper sound signature for being a long pull switch. I'll run with the compliment. You know, I would also say that my love for you, Orum, also runs very deep. All right, almost as deep as the Gatoron Cream Sodas and Mode Obscura switches. All right, my friend. Orum, let me tell you this too. If someone hasn't told you today, really appreciate you, man, and I hope that you're gonna have the best Sunday. And best next week and best June, all right? Appreciate you, bro. You just asked for sus saying deep that much? No. I'm asking for you guys to have self-control, all right? Skibbity Toilet Ohio Riz. Been coming. It's just been so much on my feed lately with just like all this Skibbity Toilet memes. It's so stupid. Oh my god, it's giving me like a migraine, I swear to god. Oh jeez. Give me a few advice for medium pitch linears. I really think the Gatoron cap switches and Gatoron Milky Yellows are still your best bet. Truly. They're kind of in the middle. Ink blacks maybe as well. But I don't know. I just don't like ink switches at all. Where's Insty? We need it to be banned term. Hey, be nice, guys. Really, I think inks are a little bright. Geo, thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate that, dude. Is that how Geo? Is it just, or do you want like Geos? Hello, how are you? Hope you're doing well. All right, let's start taking this apart. So again, here is the back of this keyboard too. Looks, I mean, they did a really good job on this. To kind of recap what we've found so far about the board, there is going to be 2 different PCBs, both in 1.2 and 1.6. I am not the biggest fan of the option they're giving you here for the hot swap PCBs in terms of layout. I think there could be some fine tuning there. I also found out that one of the LEDs is blocking the stabilizer, so it just will rip off no matter what you do if you use clip-ons or clip-ins. So obviously not ideal in that case. We did just take it off just because I didn't want this to rattle or like pop out as we're using it. But yeah, I think the keyboard itself looks absolutely gorgeous, and they've definitely included some nice quality of life inside the keyboard as well. Albeit there is still a lot of cables, but we'll see kind of how that pans out before we jump to conclusions here. And we also have catchball system, which is nice, as well as a magnetic connector, which we'll put in right now. I mean, a bunch of boards have done this in the past. I think even there was key cults done with, like, not the same pattern, but this machining style pattern here too. I would say the orbit is more circular, while this kind of has like two off-axis circles kind of pattern onto it, giving it kind of a special effect. It is pretty though. Geo? Sounds good, Geo. Which mounting style we're gonna do? I don't know. When do we? Which mounting style do we even start with? So now this one would go here. I kind of want to start with the basics. Do we just start with magnetic and like? Actually, what do we start with? Do we do magnetic last? All right, so let's take a look again with what we have. I think the ones I'm going to do last are top mount, because they said to do top mount last. They said it was the trickiest one to install, which was interesting. So we have the springs. I don't know if I want to do the springs first. I'm not sure what this is. We have the silica gel mount ones. So that's the silica ones here. Maglev. Oh, let me switch here. Quap, thank you so much for the tier 1, dude. I appreciate that, man. We have leaf spring, O-ring, and the floating pin. This is probably going to be my... These two here will probably be last. And then top mount being just the screws, I guess we'll leave off to the side for now. What do we have to do to install this? Let's do this. Here, let's try to make an order of things we want to do. Let's do O-ring and let's do silica gel mount. Oh fuck, these are actually not as... I thought these would be a little bit more robust to kind of like taking it out. So let's start off with this. Let's do this one here first. Because there's still stuff we need to screw in for all these. So let's do that. Yeah, I'm not against having all these mounting styles, and I appreciate that it looks like a little bit of thought went into some of these, where you kind of have to set it up to have that mounting style. I'm not mad at that at all. Kush!
Happy anniversary Father's Day, Alex.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks for creating me.
What? Even Siri's confused, bro. Huh?
Sorry, I couldn't skip this.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Siri. That's crazy. That's crazy, Kush. That's a huh moment for real. Oh, man. That's crazy. I just feel like this board's going to be a master of none type. I mean, I'm going to keep an open mind. Like I said, they have a lot of crazy fun colors for this. A lot of crazy fun ways to customize it. So I'm hoping this ends up being fun and... I don't know. We'll see. At least, I'm hoping at least, like, if more than 50% of the mounting styles... Well, I mean, we can't even get 50% with 7 mounting styles, but that'd be 3.5. But as long as 4 mounting styles sound good, I'd be happy here. Obviously, it's going to cater to a bunch of different people looking for different things, so... Did I take your keyboard off the top of the shelf?
Less than 3.
Oh, I did. I think that was where the Ergo was. I took it off. All right. Gray, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So, let's start off with, like we said, let's start off with the silica gel mount here. We'll do the magnetic one after we do the O-ring. We'll do this, O-ring, and then silica gel. Or sorry, and then maglev. There's no orientation these need to be in, so we'll just pop these guys in. And I'm thinking we skip on... We probably skip on putting in the bottom foam for now until we absolutely need it. These budget boards lately, they give you good options for mounts that should be really flexy or bouncy, then have a really shallow. Oh, really? Did Marcia build this? I'd be curious to know Marcia's thoughts on this board. I feel like Marcia would have some really good insight for the Wu Che series. Gonna try Hall Effect on this board. I don't think I have a Hall Effect PCB as far as I know. She built it last week. So what was her final thoughts on it? Actually, I don't know if I want to put all of these mounting points on it. I love KTT switches in general. I think they have a really pleasant, like, deeper sound, well, slightly deeper sound signature. I'm gonna leave this particular one off. Which again, that's the beauty of having some of these non-adhesive mounts, is you can pick and choose where you want things. She seemed to like it overall, just that one point stood out to me. That's a really good point to have, though. All right, well, actually, now we have to figure out where all these cables go, which is the tough part now, because I'm guessing it would want us to do it like this. Okay, I see how they want us to build this. I don't necessarily love it, but so they want us to do it like this, where we have to put the stuff in from the top of the case. Oh God, ribbon cables. HMX needs to make an Hall Effect switch. I've heard those Gateron Jade switches or whatever, the Hall Effect ones are pretty good, so maybe that's something to look into. Alright, that's on, and then this guy goes here. How do you feel about ribbon cables just using JST connectors? Just use JST connectors. IMO, ribbon cables suck, and I will continuously say that I think they ruin the build experience entirely on most keyboards. Like, there are reasons why you need a ribbon cable, and I get it, if you need like that extra spacing or whatever. But like, there's been very few keyboards where the ribbon cable's been like absolutely necessary, and I feel like they're just harder to use. Even right now, like, this is just not going in nicely, and I really am not having fun putting this in. Well, I don't know if that's connected properly, but there we go. All right, so now I guess what's the expectation here? Oh, I don't like the way this assembles. So we just put that on, let that connect, and then put this down. Is that the expectation? I guess that's the expectation. All right. Let's get the feet and put the feet on. Feet are here. Why use ribbon cables if there's when there's the enjoyable and very well designed EasyMate connector? Oh gosh. There's this keyboard that's called the Keystone, which claims to have analog tactiles that's stuck in development held in the pandemic. Oh really? This sounds so familiar. Also, I'm surprised the feet are adhesive when it looks like there's something for a press foot already machined in here. But actually, I don't think that would be a very good press foot. All right, so Let's find some keycaps to use for this as well. Does it turn on, or did we break the PCB when we put on that stab? No, we're good. Turns on fine. Why is this shifting back and forth? Hold on one sec, guys. Did I not put on these feet right? I see what's going on. Tiramisu. Adhesive feet are the bane of my existence. Yeah, they're not my favorite either. Oh, I see what's happening here. Something was underneath my desk pad. Never mind. So, now for keycaps. What do we use here? Desert Botanical? Finally done with learning for my for descriptive geometry for my exam next week. Oh man, good luck on your exam. That sounds tough. What is descriptive geometry? Kaiju? Oh, everyone wants kaiju today? Do you guys want kaiju on this? I don't have modern materials yet. I haven't gotten it in yet. Kaiju? I'm down to do kaiju if you guys want kaiju. Kaiju would be cool on this too. Actually, I wanted to see what the LED looked like on this. Oh, there's like an animation to it. Interesting. Oh, interesting. I like that. If this is considered to be a budget board with all the different customized options, foam and mounts, then would you say this board power creeps older great boards like the Korn, Haku, and Matrix Derivative, etc.? No. I think when you're in a world of artistic expression like keyboards and luxury goods like this, you want to know the keyboard to rule them all. And I think that's a fair question, so I don't think anyone needs to, shit on anyone for that question. The one keyboard to rule them all is still the cheapest keyboard you can get in your collection, which is probably going to be like your Dell, your Microsoft. They, at the end of the day, don't do anything different than these keyboards here. I think those are the true great keyboards when it comes to just looking for a budget keyboard or just something that just works. I think these are about more expression than anything, and just finding something that feels more comfortable in the ergonomic space that works for you. And I think it's more of a hobby. And it's supposed to be fun, which I think a lot of people forget. Keyboards are supposed to be fun to put together. They're supposed to be fun at the end of the day. They're not supposed to be some sort of aesthetic, or not aesthetic, some like hype beast rat race, where you're competing against everyone. They're supposed to be fun.
You are the
and if
goat.
you can't have fun with them, no matter at what price point you're looking at, then it's not a great product in that sense, right? I think a lot of people forget that it's not about like, oh, can I buy this keyboard because it has this mounting point at this price point. It's supposed to be fun. So I don't think any keyboard's power creep or supersede any other keyboard. I think there are definitely fun things you can look at with design, and everyone's idea of fun is different, obviously. But to me, that's how I look at these things. If I'm having fun with something, you guys obviously can always tell, and then you guys always say like Alex is like not having fun right now. He looks frustrated, and when a keyboard frustrates me, it instantly becomes not a good experience, which means it's usually not a great product. But yeah, anyways, that's my long answer to that. Let me get Kaiju. I don't know how you guys feel about that, or I guess that answer to the question, but I have it on a keyboard already. I hope that answer suffices, to say the least. Creed, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you, man. I don't have him on, no. Thank you, Alex. Still kind of new, so learning. Yeah, no worries. I think the best piece of like advice I can give you, Creed, is don't fall into the trap of buying hype. Like if you feel like you need to buy something because it's cheap. For example, I think the Neo Ergo is a great idea of this. The Neo Ergo is a fantastically priced board that works well for being an ergonomic keyboard, and it's sort of in its own league. But I do feel like a lot of people are buying it because of some sort of hype as well, like just cause it's cheap, which is fine. Like obviously you can spend your money the way you want to, but I try to advocate here on my platform that to spend your money wisely. And whether it's $100, $50, $500, just spend your money wisely. And at the end of the day, enjoy what you're spending your money on. Don't buy it because everyone else is and you feel like you're going to miss out. Would you rather go on a photo walk when it's cold or when it's hot? Honestly, when it's cold. I'm not a heat guy. I don't know about you guys. I am not someone who's super into the heat. I made the mistake when I first joined the hobby and buying all the budget board hypes. Yeah, I think, so for me, and this is kind of where I'm at with these type of things too, and you guys can hate me for answering the question this way here, or not answering a question, but maybe holding this opinion. I think budget boards are incredibly important for figuring out what you like. They're easier to access. You know, you don't have to go through all the craziness of having to join a raffle or, you know, all these other crazy things. But I really do feel like they serve a purpose, and especially finding what you like within keyboards. And I also think they could literally be someone's one and done last keyboard too. But I feel like the moment you start getting into buying a lot of budget boards, when you have an end goal in mind, is not a healthy thing either. And what I mean by that, if your idea is you want the unicorn or you want some fun hype board that you like, you really set in your mind that's like, I need that board. The answer isn't to buy a whole bunch of things to get to that one thing that you have in mind. What's an end goal? Well, okay, picture it like this. If you know in your head you already want a product, let's just say you want, I don't know, a Tomo, but you don't have the money to do so you're just kind of filling in the void with a bunch of cheaper products. And I'm just using price as an example here, maybe something more accessible to you. I don't think financially that's the best choice to make. I think you just wait to get to the thing you want. Or you kind of dabble in one board for the beginning. And I mean, I just don't think spending for the sake of spending is healthy. I've been in that position and it's not good. It's not a good, healthy decision to make. Does that make sense? Quality over quantity? Yeah, I guess in that kind of regards is kind of what I mean. I think more so what I mean is buy once, cry once type thing. If you know you want something, I wouldn't convince yourself buying the thing you don't want is the better choice, is what I'm trying to say. Same can happen with keycaps, buying several cheap keycaps instead of your end goal. Yeah, and end goal does not, to me, end goal is not end game, by the way. I know some people might be thinking that. I don't mean like the thing that stops you from having fun. I just don't want you guys to spend a lot of money on stuff and really regret it in the end. That's more what I mean by that comment and sentiment. Spend wisely, though, guys. You're supposed to have fun with the hobby. Like I said, just spend wisely. I don't care, what you guys do at the end of the day. If you guys want to spend your money the way you want to, obviously it's your choice. But spend wisely. Yeah, everyone's endgame is super different. Right now, I'm just buying what I really want, not that I want, not what I want / like. Yeah, I mean, get what you really want to. Does that apply if you can't get the keyword keycaps anymore? I mean, I think that's a totally different story, right? Like, for example, when I'm talking about like the unicorns and stuff, those come up for sale like every once in a blue moon, and maybe you just wait instead of going crazy with your money. But if you can't get something anymore, then I mean, you can't get it. I feel like that's a different conversation. I wanted to buy a 65% keyboard because of the arrows. I needed it for work and coding. I only had 60% and bought the Keychron V1 for the arrow cluster. My brother liked it, so I gave it to him. I waited for long to look for options. Thought of buying the Envoy just for the sake I wanted a keyboard, but waited and got the Chladni. I bought Chladni in a fine-looking color tofu. Yeah, see? Instead of rushing to purchase, you wait a little bit and you get the thing you really want. I like that story. That's a good way of getting things. Now I want the orange arrows. Do we do orange arrows in this? Not being able to access limited run projects is part of the nature of these projects. Doesn't mean that there won't be something else to scratch the itch later. Exactly. Again, I just want to clarify to you guys, like, I'm not saying don't buy things. You know, I'm not saying to not spend your hard-earned money the way you guys want to. I just think it's really smart to advocate for better decision making while you're making those purchases. What else do I need? I need the stepped caps lock. Do not buy things or support the economy. Got it. Yeah, just let your money go in the bank account and stay there for the rest of your life and let it accumulate and never spend it. Easy peasy. No, what I'm saying is buy within your means. What's Chladni? Chladni is a set from Key Machine. It is actually a really nice set that I feel like is a little underpopular if you're asking me, but it's a very pretty set. I like Chladni a lot. It's like doing buffers when I'm doing a big purchase. Like, let's just say I buy a keyboard or guitar. I don't buy anything of similar value for at least a month. Yeah, I follow something sort of the same. I do...
Alexotos love.
Bo Bowers, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it, dude. I do 3 times rule, which means if I really want something, I will make sure that I'm able to buy it 3 times over. There's only been, I mean, obviously there's exceptions to that, guys. Like if you're saving up for something, that's totally different. Like if you're putting aside $20 a month because you have a thing you want at the end of the day, like I get that, it's totally different. But if it's kind of on a whim, you know, I feel like that's a lot of my purchases sometimes. I'm like, well, can I afford to buy this 3 times over? And you can change that depending on your financial situation or how you're trying to save. I'm buying a house, do I need 3 times? No, I feel like that's a different rule. But man, every time I mention the 3 times rule, someone always brings up the house thing. I mean small purchases, guys. Man, I never win with this conversation. One time someone put like, do I have to save up 3 times for rent and stuff? I'm like, man, it's different though. How about a small house? Oh my gosh. I can never win with this conversation. Never ever. How do you deal with FOMO? I've talked about this in the past and I love talking about it, but I've just kind of changed my perception on what to me makes me happy. And one of the biggest changes that I've made in more recent That looks good with this set on. Good call, guys. One of the biggest changes I've made personally is just how I view stuff. So I think I view stuff as a bit of more of like a community-based thing now. Like if I have a bunch of friends, delete on R2 looks so cursed. Here, I'll take it off for you with my fingies. I have friends who have stuff too. You know, like for example, I don't have. I'm gonna be honest, guys. You guys might think I own a shit ton of keyboards. I actually I do at the same time. I don't. I don't have like a crap ton of super rare stuff that other people have. So when I see other people have like really cool rare items, I'm just like, I can appreciate that from afar because I can see how happy that makes another person while also appreciating the stuff that, you know, I'm able to get or something that I can afford and all that jazz. So for me, I've kind of shifted from the fear of missing out to the joy of missing out. 30 plus boards. You have to understand though, Mish, the boards that I'm given from like streams and stuff, we give a lot away. Last year I did the math and I think we did something like close to 50. There's no way for me anyways, the way that I do stuff, I have no need for 50 plus keyboards. Like I don't even have the space. So whenever I get stuff in, I try to give as much as I possibly can away. Sometimes you do get to keep the odd good gem here and there, but even stuff that I like I've given away key cults, I've given away crazy fun stuff. I don't have the space for some of these things. Again, I think I'm in a bit of a different situation. And I try to understand that as well, but I don't know. Let me see if I can find the page down for you guys. That's how I felt when I tried the Kohaku at my recent meetup. Really cool when I got the chance to try it out. Something so impactful within the keyboard space, but I don't necessarily need it myself. Yeah, I think when you kind of shift your mindset a little bit to just appreciating what others have and not feeling the need to go and buy it yourself, you'll be a lot happier because you don't have that like need to kind of almost buy to fit in. And I think that's actually probably the best way I've ever worded it is I feel like sometimes people do buy to fit in, and you don't need to do that. If you're in a good, solid community, you don't have to do that at all, ever. All right, so, but what if I am a Kohaku? I don't know at that point there. All right, so here's the keyboard once again. Let's take a quick little peek-see at how everything looks on the Zoom V3. So there's been other iterations of this board, and I feel like the Zoom past iterations were good. And I think the way they're improving on this particular iteration is they're just making quality of life changes as well as some aesthetic changes. They've kept the frame shape though. The one thing I do wish they'd change about the frame shape, I do like this taillight thing. I wish they'd make the front height just a smidge lower. I would try to get it to 20 mil if I were them. Better for ergonomics there, but 22 mil is not the end of the world, but I can definitely see that being a turnoff for some people. I like what they've done with all the customization here. They've done a lot of good things with how you can build this up. LCD screen, tons of different things to do here. So lots of different mounting styles. PCB, I feel like, is probably their weakest thing on this board right now. PCB doesn't really make a whole hell of a lot of sense. But this is the silica mount. We're using HMX switches. It's not terrible, actually. I thought this would be a lot more thin. I can see this being a lot more full if we had a proper 1.6 millimeter PCB. Has a bit of flatness to it. I think that is caused by the flex cuts as well. It's actually not terrible though. I can definitely see me liking this way more with the 1.6 millimeter PCB. Ooh, that's nice. The stabs that they're selling, these stupid stabs or whatever they're called, they're fantastic. They're really good stabilizers. Yeah, they suggested that I probably tape mod or something the flex cuts today, but I know that when I do that, it'll sound tapey. So I'm going to opt to not tape up the flex cuts today, and we're just going to keep trying it like this. Although, since this is a bit easier to disassemble, why don't I go in and add the bottom foam? See if that changes some of the sound profile here. Now, what's the expectation on how I remove this top frame? There we go. All right. I don't still love the way this works. Let's put in that bottom foam. I think if we do add the bottom foam, because I think even if there's batteries underneath here, it's not adding quite the density we need to give it a bit of more of a full sound signature. Yeah, I agree with you, Chichoro. I think if more makers and vendors added some sort of silicone plugs like we've seen on the Dimium and we've seen on the Cycle 7. Was it the Cycle 7 that also had it? It just would make more sense, because that way there you can still give people the ability to choose what they want without necessarily forcing them to use things like that. All right. It's all in place. We're good to go. Is it? All right, so now with the foam on the bottom, it's definitely a bit more full sounding. The spacebar still sounds a slight bit flat, but I mean, we can try different mounting styles. You can technically adhere it to the back of the PCB, but I'm just gonna lay it down flat. It'll probably adhere itself. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys the video of them doing the 1.6 millimeter PCB test, because they sent that to me this morning at 9 a.m. They just got this in with them too. They didn't have, I guess, time to send this out. But this is the 1.6 mil with no foam. That sounds so much better. They're saying this is no foam. This is foam, no foam on this. Now this is foam. I mean, I'll let you guys listen to it. Alex, I can't sleep. I'm sorry about that. I mean, guys, I've been saying this forever, and I feel like I've really said this to so many times to the point where I just feel kind of annoying. You'd be surprised the difference of a 1.2 mil PCB with flex cuts versus no flex cuts. Like, and a 1.6 mil PCB. You'd be surprised the difference that can make. Oh, too loud. Let me take that video off. It's a pretty big difference. All right, let's figure out the next mounting style we want to use. So I guess let's do O-ring next. I mean, I'm going to go with if they're not using foam, that means no foam at all. I don't know exactly. I haven't had a chance to like ask them those questions because that was literally sent this morning, so. So, let's do this now. And this would sit here. I guess we have to screw in all these screws in now. All right. I think it would have been really smart if they had a way to clip in these without the need to screw in anything. That would have been super awesome. That way there it's a little quicker to go between mounting styles. I can appreciate what they've done here though, without being too cynical about it. But I feel like there could have been an easier method to kind of swapping all these mounting styles out, because this is a lot of screws now we have to put in. And then to take them all out to try another mounting style is a little bit time consuming as well. But I feel like there are people who would probably enjoy this process of doing things. So it's not like it's the end of the world, because we're going to be screwing in these little posts now so the O-rings can rest on. What was the mount we just heard? That was silica gel. Basically your standard style gasket. Absolutely standard style gasket. What are we doing now? We're going to install the second out of 7 mounting styles, because there are a butt ton of mounting styles for this. And metric butt ton. This is the O-ring style mount now. We'll slowly get there. What are we doing? Oh, we're down there. 43 months. Happy Father's Day to all the daddies. Oh, Chaser. I don't think it went through, but thank you so much, dude. I think maybe it already subbed or something. Appreciate you, man. Really appreciate you, Chaser. Might have to refresh the page too. There it is. So nice.
43 months. Happy
Thank you,
Father's
Chaser.
Day to all the daddies out there. Love you, handsome.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Happy Papa to you, Chaser. Happy Papa to everyone celebrating Papa's Day today. Do you feel like the quality of each mounting post is less because there are so many? I don't feel like I necessarily know if that was the intention. It definitely feels that, like, again, I feel like this is a double-edged sword, because I feel like because they're making you assemble each mounting post, it feels a bit more deliberate, which I appreciate. But at the same time, I also feel like this is a lot of work just to swap between mounting styles. Like, imagine this being your first keyboard, and I think that's kind of where we have to put our shoes. Or I guess kind of have to put the shoes on of someone who's a little bit newer to doing a keyboard. Would you feel inclined to go through 7 different mounting styles that would take you this long to assemble? And I feel like the answer is probably yes, if that means you get to try a whole bunch of different stuff out. However, I feel like, actually maybe this is a triple-edged sword. How many keyboards really offer mounting styles like this? But at least you get to try a whole bunch of cool stuff out. So maybe there's some merit to it. I don't think this feels cheap at all, which is great, like the mounting styles. Again, it feels very deliberate, and I can appreciate that. All right, let's grab our assembly here. I think what really bothers me is all the ribbon cables I have to constantly disassemble now. I feel like that's what actually kills me a bit inside. And again, I think they really probably should have thought through. I know that the LED screen is more of a choice to put on, but I feel like they should have thought through some easier ways to make sure this is all assembled. And if you do opt for that tail light, you know, I think an easier to use mounting system for that too, or just way that has LEDs would make more sense. If I'm recommending a board for a first timer, I think the most mounting styles I would do is 1 to 2 for simplicity's sake. I don't disagree with that as well. I think that's also a good way to go about it. I could also see how overwhelming this could be. Overwhelming. This feels like it's meant to be as if you're going from V2 to V3. Yeah, maybe in like the Wuche lineup of stuff. I don't disagree. Do not disagree at all. Now, I've always really appreciated this style of gasketing. I've always thought this is really fun to do. And actually, for the most part, every board that I've done with these like O-ring style gaskets has always been a blessing to use. So I'm really hoping this will sound good. I am gonna not put the one on the spacebar here because I feel like that is a poor decision to make. Ooh, this already feels like it might be a banger. I'm going to actually opt to take off these, oh my god, these ribbon cables for now. That's just adhesive, that's what that was. I am just going to take these off for the time being so we don't have to reassemble this every single time I want to open this up. If that's cool with you guys. The cable was bugging me. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. This doesn't affect sound or anything. It's just I don't feel like doing this for the next 7 times we do this. Okay, so this is already the most flexy, soft mounting style we've taken a look at in this board out of the 2. This is very different compared to the silica little gaskets. I don't mind that. I think that feels pretty good that way. Let's put some of this stuff away so we don't have tons of stuff lying around as well. Where's the silica mounting one? Where'd it go? I can hear the spacebar. This might be the best one yet, so we'll see. Give me a moment and we shall see. All right. So we've changed nothing about the switches. Plate's still the same. We now have the O-ring gaskets. A lot better than the first one, in my opinion. Spacebar still sounds a bit flat. Let's try using a different spacebar just really quickly. What if we swap the switch out? Maybe it's just not liking this particular HMX switch. Yeah, I think this is the best one, just after the 2 seconds that I typed on it. But give me 1 moment to switch this. Let's try putting an Obscura in for now. Oh, I put this in the wrong one. It's supposed to go one to the right. Nixie incoming. We can try Nixie as well. Oh yeah, that sounds a lot better. I mean, even this doesn't sound as full as it should be for this particular switch. Let's try one more thing here. Improvement over the last mount? Yeah, definitely. Do I have any just random? Actually, I do. Needs more cowbell. I'm just going to swap out 3 of the alphas for obscuras and see if we use a... Because HMX switches can be a smidge thinner. So let's use a very deep sounding switch. Again, I think obscuras definitely lean to be a more deep switch. Is plateless doable on this board? I guess technically it would be. Alright, I need to open this up. Plate's flexing way too much for me to socket this in correctly. Oops. Way too much. Oh my gosh. I guess this is one of the other pitfalls of using flexible PCBs. For sure. Tight fit? Not necessarily a tight fit, more like the PCB is bouncing up and down so much, so it's not allowing me to press them in nicely. Because it has flex cuts in every row. Well, not that you guys can see right now, but flex cuts in every row. Alright, those are in. Oh. What's that, baby mon? What's misleading? Yeah, the obscuras definitely have a bit more depth to them, but I mean, even the spacebar for me right now, this still has a bit more of that flatness to it. Not bad, though. I think I do maybe prefer the obscuras on this. Maybe you do need a very deep sounding switch instead of something kind of in the middle. But I think if you were to get the 1.6mm PCB, that would completely nullify all these things here. Oh, gosh. And then let's try putting in the bottom foam with this as well. Can you send it to me on Discord? Oh gosh. This is what I hate about their foam. Just make it non-adhesive. I don't see why this needs to be an adhesive piece. Doesn't really change much, huh? Yeah, I don't really hear anything. Sounds the same. I don't think the foam changes too much in the O-ring config, but O-ring config, well, it actually does change some of the bounciness just ever so slightly. I can feel myself needing to put more pressure. Oh, I mean, I get what you're saying there. I don't like how they kind of have typing sound from clack to thock as well. I don't even understand what the hell they're talking about here. Why would brass be the thockiest? I don't know. I think that just that's just stuff that should be taken off entirely. I get what you're saying. It's a matter of preference there, realistically. All right, let's do the magnetic mount now. Let's actually take out the Obscura switches too. Let's take out these guys. Yeah, shout out to JQ. He's been blessing us with gifted subs. Appreciate you, man. Seriously. All right. Now, magnetic mount time. So, let's take out this, put this to the side, and now we have to unscrew all these guys. I use a Zoom98 at work in the yellow with the NK Heisenberg. Oh, NK Heisenberg on that sounds great. It's a good combo. Terms like thock and clack should only be used as, for lack of better words, never legitimate terminology. I agree. All right, so okay, here's so far is my standings on the two mounts we've used. The O-ring I actually really liked feeling-wise. Sound-wise, it was the best one out of the two. I would say the first one, the silica gel ones, was just okay. Obscura switches on Mode's website. Mode has them. I think if you want those orange and stone ones, I think they're still available. Those are my collaboration with Mode. I really like the way Obscura sound. They're very deep sounding switches. Now I'm more curious about this magnetic mount. Is it going to be more novel than anything? Have you tried the WS Pearl switches with the balls inside them? I have not. I didn't even know that. Wait, are those like the roller ones? It would grab more with how magnetic it might have been. Oh, I mean, I've tried the roller ball switches. They're okay. I don't think they're anything to like write home about. I don't think you notice enough of a difference for it to even matter, truth be told. Favorite switch to use for metal keycaps? Probably long pull switches. And something with a decent spring so it doesn't like feel sluggish and awful that way. If that makes sense. But yeah, I don't think there's anything to write home about, guys. I don't want you guys to waste your money on those and be like, oh yeah, there's not a whole hell of a lot of difference. It's just a novel idea at the end of the day. Do you like alcoholic beverages? I don't mind the odd beer. I used to enjoy doing a bit of social drinking, I guess. If you want the honest truth though, Toxic, I just can't drink anymore because I have gout. So it makes my my joints and my feet hurt. Gout's sucky, but that's why I don't really drink much anymore. I can still technically drink. Like it takes a lot for me to get to that point, but I figured why bother? Also, it's kind of expensive to buy alcohol anyways, so I just typically avoid it. I do like the illustrations they put on the package though. Yeah, it's when crystals form in joints basically, and it's usually I forgot what it's the science behind it, but like things like red meat and other stuff can cause gout. Fish, I believe, too. All right, so how do we install this one? So this, I believe, gets put here. And then we just screw that in. Gout feels like you broke your foot. Yeah, when it got really bad the first time that I had it, it was like, let me try to describe this to you guys. The first time when I've always had it, I just never knew what it was. And the first time that it felt crazy painful, it started off like normal. Like I was like, oh, okay, like something obviously hurts with my toe. Because it starts off in the toe. Apparently it's like the most common thing. And then fast forward, I guess, like one single day. Then I started feeling like my toe was not broken per se, but it almost felt like my toe was dislocated. And then on the third or fourth day, that's when the pain really set in and it was hard to walk. And that's when I was like, okay, I don't know what this is. I need to go get this checked out. And then the doctor just basically told me, she was like, yeah, you have gout. She's like, it's nothing, like, not the end of the world. Just be careful with what you eat. And I was like, okay. But it was very painful for about, I'd say like 3 or 4 days after that. They give you like a painkiller type thing, but I didn't really take it because when I had it the first day, it just made me incredibly sleepy. But I've been good ever since just because I watch what I eat now. It doesn't do anything for the pain or swelling. You just missed nothing by not taking it. Yeah. It was just a painkiller. That's it. It wasn't like it actually reduces the suffering of the joint. But basically what happens is crystals form in the joint. So some people, I'm lucky this didn't happen to me. Some people actually can experience really, really sharp pain. Luckily, mine was more just like a throbbing pain than anything else. I was definitely getting to the point of it having like a very sharp pain, but it's not fun, I'll tell you guys that much. Feels like a muscle tear, but in your bones? Yes. It definitely makes your foot hurt a lot, though. But yeah. Anyways, that was my experience with it. Not fun, though. Not fun at all. Imagine having it at the knee. Yeah, if you don't take care of it, it eventually goes from like the foot to other joints in your body all the way up your body. So you gotta really be careful. Like truly, you can't mess around with that stuff. All right, so now we have to screw in the top. I'm assuming we need to use these plastic washers as well. I'll tell you guys right now, I don't think this is the most fun to assemble. This might be the least fun to assemble one. Wait, actually, does it? Oh, I see what they want you to do. Is it related to that glass bone but lighter, totally different? Glass bone thing? Totally different? I don't exactly know what you're talking about there, but... So they want you to put this little tiny plastic washer on the top here. And then we screw these into the little tiny plastic washers. All right, not the easiest thing to do. I've considered streaming on YouTube, but YouTube doesn't like the music that I play, and they constantly, what's it called? YouTube basically will be like this. You can play music that you've paid for and all this other stuff, and then I do it, and then like months down the road, they'll be like, "Ooh, remember that song that you played? Your whole stream is demonetized now." So I don't even chance it anymore. It's not very fun to do. Not to hate, but I've rather had one or two good mounts compared to this. I don't blame you. I've given the same criticism to every company now who's done like multiple mounting styles. Like, this is definitely a little annoying to put together. So what, do they want me to take off all the keycaps when I do this too? I mean, music can be copyright free until something makes it not copyright free. So yes and no. Again, why wouldn't they just do something a little bit more modular in this case instead of making it not for nothing? I didn't really see anyone talk about how complex it was assembling some of these mounts. Or am I just the stupid one having problems here? Or not problems per se, just thinking this is complex. Well, we need something to hold the magnets on this end, so... Can you say hi? Hi. The washers are just basically to secure it so it doesn't fall through. Over-engineering for the sake of over-engineering. Pog, he said it. I want to see you blind attempt build one day. A keyboard? Oh man, sounds tricky. Maybe one day. That'd be kind of fun, maybe. No soldering, though. I wouldn't want to solder. That sounds like it would be a terrible time. Blind mill maxing? Man. What happens if I get it, though? What happens if I do it? Do I win a prize? Do you ever dabble in the sub $100 keyboard kits? I don't. I don't think I'm the right person for those type of builds. I think there is definitely a market for those things, and I understand and totally appreciate the content creators who cover those boards. I just tend to find that maybe my want for something a little bit more, I don't mean to say it in a negative manner, but like, I think I appreciate the designers and the art form that goes into some of the more like traditional higher end custom boards. That sometimes when we see like those sub $100 boards that are just stacked with foam kits, I think I'm the wrong audience for that. If that makes sense. So far, Sicarus, I think the mounting styles are fun. So both the silica and the O-ring that we did they're okay. We're trying the mag one now, the maglev. We did technically look at the transition light, so you are correct on that. But I think when people mean those sub $100 boards, they mean like the Rainy 75 and the ND. Because I did the ND recently after everyone asked me to take a look at that, and I will admit I wasn't my cup of tea. This washer's being weird. Okay. Jeez, I'm sweating from that. All right, we're done installing the magnets for the maglev. So how on earth is this going to work? Let's take out the foam to start. Are you fixing or building a keyboard? We're building, but this keyboard has 7 mounting styles, so we're on mounting style 3. So now this should just... interesting. Wait, that's kind of cool, actually. I appreciate this. Alright guys, I'm not gonna lie, this is the coolest mounting style by far in this board. This is actually really neat. So the magnets aren't strong enough to the point where it's gonna make the keyboard completely fly off, but this is oh god, this foam is so irritating. This is definitely interesting. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. I'll give it to them. They really should have just focused this around the maglev mount. Alright, let's put this back together. Okay, there's definitely some rattling happening in this from the magnets, which I think could easily be solved by just adding some sort of gasket in there, but I mean, it has a cool sound signature though. Yeah, maybe we use the case foam to kind of like solidify it, I guess. I just spit. Case foam there. Come on. What's going on here? I think what it's actually rattling on is the alignment pins. These little gold pins on the side. Interesting, though. I like the way this sounds and feels. Just not the little pinging noises. That's it. Wait, I'm actually very interested in this one. Wait a second. The spacebar's so loud? Yeah, I actually really appreciate the magnetic mount. I think someone else put silicone nubs in it additionally. That's what I was thinking too. I was literally just looking, do I put these back in? Huh. Can I buy a keyboard off of you? I don't technically sell keyboards. I will be making a Tomo. Long story short, I don't know if anyone's interested in this. Without going into too much detail, I had a client request a build. They were a client I've dealt with in the past, and they were excellent. And then as of recent, they just completely abandoned. I mean, they wanted me to buy a keyboard, like, and assemble it for them and then invoice them. And I made a silly decision in trusting that, so I bought the keyboard. And then they just abandoned the invoice. And they're viewing the invoice, just refused to pay it. And it's just for the parts, not even for labor. So I probably will end up selling whatever I create with that. I just haven't got around to finishing it. Ooh. Okay, this is by far the best. This is actually the best zoom I've ever... I mean, it's completely changed the way this feels now. Imagine this with the thicker PCB. I mean, you can still definitely see there's a bit of bounce here, but... Interesting. So the magnets on their own, I personally am not like the biggest fan of because they're moving around everywhere. But the moment we kind of put these little gaskets in, suddenly it feels like a totally different keyboard. And even sounds really good too. I think realistically what they would probably have to do if they wanted to make this sound even better is these posts on the side. They'd need some sort of sleeve, because that's where the sound's actually coming from, are these little alignment posts, if you're using the magnets just by themselves. If they were to replace these posts with a silicone post, the magnet mount would be super fucking awesome on this board. Damn, this is actually pretty nice. Here, you want to see the arrow keys? All right, I like the magnet one the most, paired with the silicone. BDZ the post? No, I don't think I can force break this in any sort of means here, guys. I don't think I have the capabilities of doing so. I think the tolerance on it will be way too tight. All right. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. I appreciate this particular one. This versus Salvation, this is noticeably bouncier, but I think the Salvation has just a more thought out implementation of it where it sounds better. Very cool. All right, Wuche, or I guess Mellotrix in this case. Very, very neat. And to the person who said they'll buy it, when I assemble it, I will put it up for sale in my Discord. That might not be for another like week or two though. It'll have everything, keycaps, switches, everything. It's a fully assembled board. I just haven't put it together yet. Have your thoughts and feelings changed about the pressure to do sponsored content as your community and popularity has grown? What do you mean by that? Do you mean like, do I think differently when I get sponsored content? I mean, today's sponsored content, and I think I've been very critical of this board already. Because, I mean, technically, sponsored content, just so everyone's aware, is even if they let you keep the keyboard, jeez, what is that noise? Technically, it is sponsored content. It doesn't just mean you're like accepting a paycheck. Because technically things, like when people give you products, that's a form of payment. As much as I don't really love that train of thought, it's a form of payment. It's an indirect paycheck, kinda, yeah. Transfer of value, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I would say that it's not affected my... In fact, believe it or not, I actually think that, especially the last year, I would like to think that I don't know, maybe you guys can fill me in on what you guys think. I'd like to think that I'm very, very fair with keyboards. So, regardless if they're sponsored or not sponsored, or if they're, you know, given to me as something to look at, I don't know. I feel like I've done a pretty good job of not letting those things affect my thoughts. Okay, we're gonna take out the magnets now. Certainly a conflict of interest. Well, that I can understand. I get that. I trust you'll also give us your honest opinion. The thing is, and I hope people understand this point of view as well, I wouldn't want to risk the long term of what I'm doing just for a free keyboard, if that makes sense. Can I pay for a review that's super harsh? I feel like that's just not my personality, Banana. I just don't think I'm like, I don't know. I try to be understanding, like even today, like, you know, you try to be understanding that people are different, right? And you don't want to be, I don't want to be that type of person who just gets angry at everything. So, review a Greg build? Oh gosh. Okay, I don't love the way that these actually assemble. These plastic washers are really awkward to take off. Okay, I think Wuche needs to... This is probably the best mounting style that I've seen on this board so far. I mean, it's only gotten better, which is good. But they really need to go back to the drawing board and how this is assembled. Because this is pretty awkward. like when you throw a keyboard in the garbage. I don't think I'm ever going to be like that type of person, because I do feel like you can still maintain some level of professionalism while being critical and also not throwing a tantrum about things, if that makes sense. I think what you have to watch out for is like people who don't disclose things like that and don't disclose why their opinions shift so suddenly about certain things. Those are probably things you should probably look out for. But if you follow someone enough and you understand how maybe preferences and biases can change over the years, then I think that's totally acceptable, because that's just human, right? I appreciate the genuine honesty of Alex. That's why he's an amazing person and best Tristan. Thank you, Rebel. I appreciate that. Hope that answers your question from earlier about sponsored content. I consider that you will tell me honestly what you like and don't like, but maybe you might gloss over something. Actually, I will say this, and I don't mean to gas myself up here. I'd like to think that I actually kind of harp on stuff that I truly find groundbreaking, or not groundbreaking, but game breaking, is it? Something that would actually completely ruin an experience. I tend to harp on. For example, recently the Redemption had like a nasty ticking sound that I actually wrote my when I wrote a written review about. I actually mentioned it in the written review. But Selvin and Reagan both really wanted to fix that problem, so they sat down with me one day and we really tried to figure out what was causing that particular noise. And I feel like that's something I probably could have glossed over, but I chose not to, because I feel like that's very important. But if it's like something that I know, it's like, for example, I think the thing I might gloss over, if a company sends me a product, right? And they say, hey, Alex, we already know that this particular catchball system, I'm making this up, by the way. They say, we know this is a problem. I'm going to fix it. Just so you know, it's already been brought up, but we had no other options to send you. I'll bring that up, what I just told you guys, but I won't sit there and harp over something that they already told me they're aware of. Because I feel like that's counterproductive and kind of pointless. So, I don't know, maybe is that a good way of going about things? I don't know. I think it is, just because, again, it's already being fixed. We all need to be aware of our biases generally. Yeah, I mean, one thing I always tell people too is watch many different content creators, because that will always all have a different bias and preference. That's a good trait. I think being clear about things that need to get resolved. Yep. I care a lot about this community, by the way. So the keyboard's only one aspect of it, and the last thing I want to see is just people unhappy in this hobby. It's supposed to be for fun, like I mentioned at the beginning. I was curious how often you would prefer to do client builds versus these promotional builds. Well, Keepothecary, the truth of the matter is, these particular sponsored pieces of content, like, how can I word this? You would think that sometimes these particular sponsored pieces of content rake in tons of money or something. If you guys want to know the honest truth when it comes to keyboard stuff, I don't mean to make this stream about this. It's not about this. For example, a lot of what it is you get a keyboard, you get to keep it. So whatever the value of the keyboard, sure. Do I personally need more keyboards at this point? No. The big thing would be ad revenue on YouTube, and just at least being able to provide viewers with content. And that might have some sort of hidden value there. But ad revenue, guys, for keyboard stuff on average is like $20 to $30 American. So that's how much these streams are usually worth on YouTube. Ad revenue on Twitch is worth nothing. It's worth peanuts. And then I wouldn't consider subs, like your guys' support, to be part of that value, because I feel like that's totally separate. And I'm hoping that entertainment brings you that rather than the keyboard does. So it's not a whole lot. You really would have to get like a actual person who's willing to pay you to review something, which doesn't happen as often as you guys think. Are the Twitch ads nuts? At least solved it. Yeah, I know, for real. No, I'm fine with having these conversations. I think it's good to be transparent. I think you guys have heard me talk about these things in the past. All right, Leaf Spring is up next. I'm not looking forward to this one. But we'll see. I have a feeling this is going to sound metally. I keep hearing that Twitch streamers are making a greater share of their Twitch income from ads. I choose not to run them because I don't want to have you guys be interrupted every 2 minutes with 5 minutes worth of ads.
Hopefully this allows for the purchase of almonds, the superior nut.
Why is this bit different now? Why do I have to use a different bit here? Because the amount of ads I would need to run to make a few $100 would be something like 6 minutes. I looked at it, 6 minutes of ads every hour. And no offense, guys, I don't want you guys to like miss stuff just because I need to run ads for 6 whole minutes. So what about hazelnuts? No, cashews are the best nuts in my opinion. I like cashews the best. I also really like, shoot, what are they called? Honey glazed or honey roasted or something? Almonds and just regular peanuts when they're just honey roasted. Oh my God, they're so good. So good. Why isn't this screwing it? Oh, there we go. So we have to make sure this aligns nicely too. What I like is your positive energy whenever you're enjoying the build. So I hope you be happy building these boards. I mean, I am. I'm more, like I've said this, I'm more happy to have time with you guys. So how is it possible? Once you become affiliate, Twitch forces ads. Here, you guys want to, let me read this. Let me show you guys something quick. Or let me just read it out to you. Let me tell you guys how much I make per month in ad revenue on Twitch. And this is with forced ads. So I can't change some of these. Let me tell you guys. Where is it? Analytics. Earnings? Is this it? Don't be jealous, guys. I made $65.44 last month in ads. Canadian. No, wait, no. American. So this is a little bit, $80 Canadian. Don't. $65.44 American. And that's with ads being forced to watch in the beginning of a stream. Astronomer, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you, man. Bottle service on Alex? Oh, man. And then I think, here, I'll read you guys something else too. Are you guys actually interested in this? Or is this just like 1 or 2 people interested? Alex needs to eat. No. According to Twitch, I don't. Curiosity. So if I were to run the ads it tells me to run, the incentive program, which is when I have to run a bunch of ads, yeah, it ranges. So it would range the amount of money you'd be able to earn, which is never the full amount. Because I did try it one time a long time ago. For 5 minutes of ads, an hour, you'd get an additional $200 to $400 per month, not per stream, per month. Which means you guys wouldn't have to consume, if we're doing 2-hour streams, 10 minutes worth of ads. Which is something I don't want to do, ever, so I'm never going to run it. Do you get some kickback from the mode switches? Yes, a little bit. I mean, there's switches. They're not like you get a crap ton of money out of switches, but that's why I've done stuff like that instead. I think it's just more value. At least you get something out of it. Give us ads? That's a heinous amount of ads? Ain't no way, dude. Dude, the other day I went to a stream, and Twitch made me watch 4 minutes worth of ads, and let me tell you, after 30 seconds of dealing with that, I said screw it, and I just clicked out of the stream. And And I feel bad because I genuinely wanted to watch the stream, and I don't think the streamer set that up. I think just Twitch enforced that. But man, that was a painful one, dude. You know what actually has been bothering me lately? I forget what service it was. I actually stopped using this service. Fuck, what was it? Was it Amazon? Amazon Prime has ads now. But you're paying for the Prime service. I think it was when I was watching Fallout. There was Amazon ads before every episode. And I thought that was a bit weird. Is keeping mode on stream also sponsored content? Yeah, there's like things you can work out with different brands and stuff. For example, like you can have a contract with a brand saying that like they'll send you particular pieces of content if that helps out your content. Some could be paid, some could be like if you want particular things being sent to you on a monthly basis, if you need supplies, stuff like that. But there's different ways you deal with tons of stuff like that. It's really just feeling out situations and brands and what they offer. I appreciate some streamers use long ad breaks to take a break with themselves. Oh, I don't think we stream long enough to do that, though. To be honest with you guys. I don't know if I'll like this. All right, so these are the. Believe it or not, this might be definitely one of the nicer ones. I thought it was going to be thin too, Keep Apothecary. So the spacebar definitely has a bit more oomph to it here. I do feel like it has a little bit more of a metallic-y sound signature. Just underlying, it definitely has more bass though. The mods sound great. Is that line on the bottom? Oh, that's from the... That's an interesting thing to point out there. That is from the polished internal chamfers. So the light is reflecting back to the keycaps. That's it. That's interesting to point that out. Yeah, that could be a love it or hate it type thing. It also could just be my lighting. But yeah, you can see it's even reflected on here too. Depends on how you view it, I guess. I don't like the polished internal chamfer at all. I said at the beginning too. I think I much prefer one without. I think it makes the keyboard oddly look cheap. Alright, this is not a bad mounting style. So I think ranking so far the 4 that we've used, I think the magnetic one had the most interesting sound profile. Just needs to be fine-tuned a smidge. Leaf spring is actually, I think this sounds better than the other two. The silica one had to be the worst mounting style that I've tried so far. This made the keyboard extremely thin sounding. And then the O-ring felt good, sounded okay. I actually don't mind the sound of this, which is surprising because normally I hate these metal leaf springs. This feels a bit more on the stiffer side. I would not consider this to be like a flexy, super flexy mounting style. It definitely has more of a firmness to it. The stupid stabs, if you guys want to take one thing away from this stream, the stupid stabs are fantastic. Very, very good stabs. All right, next mounting style. I don't think I want to try these ones here. The floating pogo pins. I don't know. This just looks like tray mount. I don't have a good feeling about that one. All right, time to do springs. They're in fact not stupid. Indeed. Indeed. Dehydrate a little bit. It's getting a little warm in here. I was a thirsty boy. So, Wuche has some interesting options for mounting here. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit more impressed than I was coming into this. I thought a lot of these would be very meh, but I would say two of them, being the magnetic one and the leaf springs, are something I could probably live with. Is this the best sounding keyboard so far? No, but I feel like this could be better with the 1.6mm PCB, which is up my alley. These really aren't up my alley, but I am impressed with two of the mounting styles. The rest of them are just okay. How many boards have y'all broken Rage? 0. I don't take out my anger on products and stuff I've wasted my money on when I'm angry. If I'm angry, I walk away and just like curse and swear and stuff. I'll know this because the other day I was playing Overwatch and got angry, and I just got off the game and went to bed. I hate Overwatch. I don't know why I play that game. I spilled a drink once and immediately cleaned it, and that's it. He takes it out on me. True. Ooh, the springs are all tangled. Wait, so how do I install these ones? Do these just lay... Oh, I see how they want us to install these. There's a tighter coil on the bottom here in which we have to screw in. This is going to be very metallic. Yeah, I don't have super high hopes for these ones either. Oh, gosh. I don't... Why is it... Okay, so Wuche has some screws that are magnetized and some that aren't. Whatever, I lost a screw. So should I just screw this in first and then put this on? I don't know what the expectation here is. I don't like the way these are installing, so do we just drop it in? So this is what they want us to do, but nothing's magnetized. Interesting, I guess. Do the magnetic mounts ever come in contact with each other? Are they strong enough? Oh, no, they force each, they have a gap in between them for sure. I can definitely tell that with the magnetic mounts. Even when I pressed really hard, I didn't hear anything like cling together, or clink together rather, which was awesome. They did a pretty good job with the magnetic mounts, I have to admit. I'd like to see them really explore that in more detail, to be honest, and really refine their magnetic mounting style and just make a keyboard based off of that. Can we see you do a handstand though? Honestly, probably not. I don't think I have the strength for that. Bike Hope, take care, dude. It was fun and cozy stream as always. Appreciate you being here. You also made it very cozy and awesome. Alex is lying. We all know he's been hitting the weights. Dude, I wish. Honestly, I have been a bit more active recently. Definitely lost some weight, but not in the strength department. I have been doing rowing once in a blue moon, though. Rowing's pretty good for you. Handstand while typing with one hand? That sounds very difficult. Extremely. Can confirm Alex is buff. don't know about that one, guys. Alrighty. Oh my god, meme. Don't be sussy, guys. Alright. Now we have the spring mounts. Wow, I'm actually very surprised with the spring and the... What was the other one? The leaf spring. These ones here actually aren't bad. Huh. Okay, I'm actually very impressed with this one here. Impressed with leaf spring and impressed with spring. And this one here is definitely has some movement going on. Again, I think those metal posts need to be silicone posts or just at least adhered with some sort of wrap. It's the alignment pegs on the side. Here, here, and here, and here. They need to be wrapped with something in order to give it a better, I guess, anti-vibration aspect to it. Is it wrong to say that I think this is the best sound profile out of all of them so far? I like the way this feels too. Oddly enough, it's hard to describe. I mean, it is still a little smidge thin on the alphas. Again, I want to attribute some of that to it being a 1.6 millimeter piece or 1.2 mil PCB with flex cuts. I have a feeling this will only get better if we had the opportunity to try the other one, but overall, pretty impressed with the springs. Fuck, if I was to have this right now, I'd use this one here. And I am so surprised I'm saying that. Normally, I hate the spring style mounts. A bit of lube on the posts could help. I could try if you guys want. I don't think it'll matter much at all, but here, we'll give it a go. We'll see if that reduces some of the I guess, friction on it or rattle on it. I doubt it. I feel like it's just, there's too much of a gap maybe, or just too much of a movement happening that it's causing that. But we'll give it a go. Let's see. We'll just do a thin coat. We don't need anything crazy. I saw the slight hesitation to not rip the ribbon cable. I know, I'm so nervous about the ribbon cables. I hate them. Actually, I don't know why I turned the music back on. It's still there a little bit, but it's not as bad. Did that make the Alphys sound better, or is it just me? Fuck, I'm so confused. Mounting RNG. I love this spacebar on this one, by the way. Do a remount again. Here, we'll take it off. And we'll put it back on. Bye, Twig. Take care. Enjoy your Father's Day. No, it sounds better with the stab post or the posts being lubricated. Oddly enough. I know Sterling had tried to source their one non-flex set PCBs to appeal to Westerners. They didn't get it into their own studios till 2 days ago, so I think it would have been impossible for anyone to try to source it. I think Wuche is also not stupid, but also I don't know why they sent everyone 1.2s.
Like I said
they
to
should
my
have just
lover
waited.
friend the other day, you're a magician, Alex.
Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you,
lovely
dude.
moustache man.
Thank you, man. I really do appreciate it. Oh my god, please. I just think they maybe should have waited an extra like week or two to ship out people 1.6 mil PCBs. Someone redeemed a compliment? Oh, Keepscape. Sorry, I didn't even see that. Also, posture check. Keepscape. If you were a keyboard and had 7 different ways to... never mind, it's going to sound sussy. Hey, Keepscape, I love you, dude. I hope you're having a great day. I hope that the rest of your weekend goes fantastic and the rest of your week coming up ends up being the best ever, okay? Appreciate you, love you, and... guys, I didn't want to sound sussy. Honestly, no. I wasn't going to say nothing. You fooled it so quick. I'm trying to be less sussy today. I'm just... No, man. No. Keepscape, love you, dude. I hope you're having a great one, dude. Mounting? No. I'm not even going to... We're not even going to fool around with that today. You can DM me the sussy compliment? Oh my gosh. You need to ban yourself? Yeah, I would have had to. I can't break my own rules. I'm going to skip the pogo pins. I don't really want to do these ones. These don't interest me at all. It's just tray mount. Do you guys mind if I skip this one here? They really don't interest me at all. Let's do top mount instead. What are the thoughts on the... Well, the zoom's interesting. Okay, I have to admit, I went into this, if I'm being very honest, with open expectations, but also low expectations, if that kind of makes sense. Like, I was open to doing the board. I just didn't really think it would be something maybe I would be very interested in. And I really did think that the majority of these mounting styles would be kind of meh. I think now that I've looked at the board, I like the deliberate approach to some of the mounting styles. I like the fact that the mounting styles, have some purpose. I understand they're definitely kind of awkward to put together in some cases, but it feels like less slopped together. It feels, like I said, deliberate, and I like that. I think where the shortfalls of this board is going to be things like the ribbon cables are kind of awkward. I think these metal alignment pins are a bad choice. The PCB has some minor things I'd tweak. So I wouldn't say the keyboard's 100% perfect, but I think they can get it to be better. But overall, I'm impressed with some of the mounting styles sounding and feeling as good as they are. Do I think it needed all 7? Absolutely not. I think this could have been better if they've done like 2 or 3 unique mounting styles and really kind of nailed how they approached those. But overall, it's not like it's bad. I like this more than the other Zoom, tell you that much. I really do. I think this Zoom makes more sense to me. It's selling for $180. Aluminum or metal casing? What do you mean by that? Do you mean... Are you trying to ask if I like a brass weight more? Wait, is that not the... Huh? How do I do the top mount on this? Oh. That's not it. Huh? I don't know, these screw in fine, but are these too short? Wait, I'm kind of confused on what's going on here. Oh. Wait, what? Let me see the polycarbonate part for a second. No, let's have those thicker posts too. So see how thick this is over here? See how this is like squared off? See how this is very rounded? It doesn't slot in. I actually don't know how to install this. No, it doesn't work. They did say it would be tricky. There's nothing to install though. These are for the PCB. Yeah, this is for the PCB mounted stuff. That's not it. There's no other bags of stuff though. This is it. This is all I got here. There's batteries here too, which you could install. Oh, that just fell right out. I don't know. The puzzle game? So where's the batteries? We should put in here, or is there foam underneath here? And will the batteries make a big difference in sound? Let's see. Because it could add density. Well, I'm gonna just skip the top mount then, because I don't really know how that gets installed. And maybe we'll go in and put the battery in and see how that sounds versus not having the battery on some mounts. Because I have no idea, guys. What bit does this take? It's a puzzle game? I'm gonna go ahead and just chalk up the top mount to not working, because I don't really understand the... How does this battery even go in here? Is there room for the batteries? Unsubscribe? Yeah, I know. Just unsubscribe from me, I guess. Let's see. Let's put these batteries in here. So wait, how do the batteries go in? Because I feel like I don't see a place for them to slot into. Oh, I see how they install. They would go underneath this, which is another different bit. I don't like the way this is. Remove the daughter board? Yeah. Another bit. All right. Let's install the spring mount again after this. Actually, let's do the silicone one more time and see how it sounds with the batteries. And we'll see if it changes up the sound. I kind of highly doubt it for whatever reason. I just don't think there's enough going on with it to really change it. We'll see. Also, I don't love this, but Wrong side, I guess. This key looks unfortunately like a mess and headache. Yeah, I think there's just too much going on. I feel like you might have to just stick to one or two things. This is definitely like a whole afternoon of playing around with it. But that could also be someone's cup of tea. Someone might really like tinkering. I just think there needs to be a few things cleaned up to make this a better experience for said tinkering. If that makes sense. So I guess we probably should have to flip this. Yeah, I feel like the routing of these cables also don't make sense. These routing of the cables suck. I think they just kind of want you to slop the cover back on and just call it a day. It doesn't really add too much weight when you put the batteries in either. Flip the battery? Oh, you're saying like this? Oh, I see. Still don't love that. Really don't like this at all. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I agree. This is not super intuitive at all. Better, I guess. It's been 3 hours already. Yeah, it's been a bit of a longer stream. That's not going to close nice with the battery done like this, though. It's not going to close nice at all. Oh my goodness. All right. That one there's seated nicely. The wire could have been heat shrinked, and I feel like this would have been a lot easier. Better, I guess. The cable's the slightest bit ever too long. Yeah, it's a slight bit long. All right, let's put this back here. Oh, this still uses this bit, my mistake. Oh no, these are for those. Will look amazing for sure. Which one? Which is? I think I heard a VOD you do street photography, is that right? I do. I haven't really been doing it much the last little bit though, just because I've been busy with work stuff. But I got to do some the other day, which is really fun. And then I was going to do some yesterday. I did some photography yesterday, just not the photography that people might think I've done. Just did some other stuff. Alright, let's install the springs again, because those are my favorites, I think, out of all the mounts. Let's see if this can help deepen the alphas just a smidge by installing the batteries. Feet pics? What the? Shame top mount is busted. can't really seem to get those in. I don't really understand how to install those, to be honest with you guys. I don't get it. What's the expectation there? You beautiful human, I hope you're having a good day. It's been going okay today. Decent little day, I guess. Can't complain. How has your day been? No, this is the only screws it came with. So there's nothing longer. It kind of feels like the top frame is incorrectly milled. All right. Let's move some stuff out of the way here, and let's assemble this again. Honestly, it sounds the same. Doesn't sound any different. I still think this is the best mounting style on the board so far. This sounds good still. I really like the spring mount. Okay, spring mount's still the best one. Second place for mounting would probably have to go to the leaf springs. Third place, I'll give it to the maglev in third place. Fourth place would be the O-ring. Fifth place is the silica. I did not like the silica ones at all. And then we didn't get a chance to use top mount because it does not fit into the keyboard for whatever reason. Obscura in the spacebar, yeah. I think it is comfortable. I do think I would have preferred this to be a slight bit lower on the front height because I think this is how I would type. And I can feel myself, my wrist is floating. On a normal keyboard, my wrist would be a little bit more, down like this, and it would be closer to the desk. So I do feel like this might be a bit fatiguing, but not the end of the world, because this is not, make or break. Alphas are still a smidge thin on this mounting style, but it's the best one out of all of them. I really, the battery didn't do much at all. If anything, the battery did jack shit to affect the sound, in my opinion. But I really think the 1.6 mil PCB will take this to the next level. If I already think this sounds good like this, I can only imagine the 1.6 being way better. But I think they did a good job. If I have to give some compliments to the board, they've done a really good job with making each individual mounting style feel different, which is good. I will admit, the O-ring and the silica gel ones, probably especially the silica, the least inspiring. I think they could have just literally gone without doing the pogo pin. This tray mount style one, I feel like is not a great. I didn't even want to try it because I already know I'm not gonna like it. This is never good. I've seen this exact same mounting style on the QK boards, and it's terrible. And then what other ones have been great too? Some other good ones too have been. The spring is probably the best, but I think that's really about it. That's some great stuff about the board there. Now, some negatives about the board. I really did not like the internal chamfer. I think that's kind of ugly on this board. It makes it seem really cheap. The ribbon cables everywhere also kind of deter you from the whole build process. I think this is not really inspiring me to open up the board if I have to use these and change these all the time. Maybe this is one of those things where you kind of build the board up to your liking, then install these. So maybe that's an option. The aesthetics of the board are great. I like the aesthetics of the board. I I like all the features and LEDs and whatnot they stuck in here. It's cool. I like it. It's neat. This is very premium as well, and I really enjoy the bottom of the board too. You know, it is wireless for people who care about that. I personally don't really care. And then you have some options to customize this further, but I think it's it. Again, very deliberate on their approach to each individual mounting, which is cool. That definitely took me by surprise. Do I plan on looking over the Liftoff collab? I showed it off already. I'll show you guys one more time for the Liftoff collab. Yeah, the PCB also is very lackluster as well. The PCB needs to really be revamped. Layout-wise, it doesn't have a lot of options. It has an LED placement, which isn't the best either. We'll give this away eventually, too. It's PBT keycaps. But I think they did a great job on the aesthetic here. The aesthetic of this is on point. It looks great. Docking station. It's a very cool collaboration here. That's cute. Yeah, they did a great job with the aesthetic. The keycaps also look super cute. So good on them. They made a really cool project with this one here. Then you get all the stuff in the box for this one too. Seems like ribbon cable was a quick concession to be able to do a magnetic pogo with 7 different mounting styles. Yeah, a little bit. However, to go back to the final thought here, I think it's worth a pickup if you're interested in the Zoom series, and if you want to explore a whole bunch of mounting styles that I genuinely do think they did a good job with. Obviously not the top mount, because I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to screw that in. I think they did a pretty good job. All the mounting styles at least were usable. There was only 2 that I would say that I didn't enjoy at the end, which is the O-ring one, which I'm surprised. I think this maybe it's just the PCB. I have no idea. And this was just not very good to me. I didn't really care for this. But no, the other ones were great. Oh, and then also, you know what? To better kind of form my thoughts as well, guys, I'll do a written article on this where it has maybe all my thoughts entirely. But yeah, I'll do a longer format article on this where it has my thoughts in a more concise manner. But yeah, that's pretty much the stream, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this helped with decision making. Interesting little board. We have some changes for next week's keyboard stuff, by the way. A few keyboards got moved / canceled, so I might have to move one up. But it still should be fun. Still should be a fun stream for streams next week. I found my way here via written articles. Hey, appreciate that, dude. Yeah, written articles are one of my faves for writing. I like the medium of writing, so it's been really fun for me. It's been great to express myself that way. Hope you get some well-deserved rest. Thank you. Leto, I'm just banning you because, honestly, you don't need to go into someone's stream and be like, you look like your name is this name. That's so fucking stupid. Disrespectful thing to say. I enjoyed them a lot in the pictures. Thank you, Astronomer. I appreciate you, dude. Hope we get some well-deserved rest. Thank you, Key. All right, guys, let's go find someone to raid. If there was a joke, yeah, it was a stupid fucking joke. It was like a 2-year-old joke. All right, let's do... How can we go raid? Marshmallows? Let's grade marshmallows. And then next week, just so everyone knows what we're building, we are going to be doing... So, I don't know if tomorrow is still happening, but tomorrow is actually going to be a low free board. They have some like crazy shallow looking board that they want us to take a look at. Then we're probably going to do a Tomo on Tuesday. And then we're doing the QB Part 2, if that even arrives. Then the board everyone's been asking, well, not really asking for. Then the board I'm really looking forward to doing, the Nolan N1. I am so excited to build that thing. I have no idea if it's going to sound good, feel good, anything. But, oh, baby. I'll post the schedule later today. And then the Sonnet will happen on Sunday. So the new Sonnets from Mode. So very, very exciting stuff. I might actually do 2 boards tomorrow, by the way. Just because I don't know how long the low-free board's going to take. Probably won't take very long at all because it's pre-assembled. So we'll probably do another custom board. I'm thinking, actually, if you guys don't mind, I have a few personal boards that I would like to do. So probably tomorrow, to tack on to the board we're already doing, I'll do a personal board. So that's probably what's going to end up happening. All right, guys. I'm done stream today. Let's go raid Marshmallows. Streamer spoils himself. Yeah, I've been meaning to redo a few of my own, and tomorrow seems like a perfect day. So, see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Really appreciate everything. I'll let Wuche know of the one detrimental part of the PCB being the LED falling off. But see ya. I hope this was insightful, and I hope you guys enjoyed your day here. Bye, everybody. See ya.